Devonye Jackson, 75 yards, first play from scrimmage. It's a Texan touchdown.
Line, and it's headed across the 40 and then some. We may be having some electricity to start this ball game, football fans. Down the sidelines, number 10, that's Keon House. Kickoff return for a Colt touchdown. LeBlanc out of the stretch. Sky towards left center field. The wind is carrying it. Is it gone? It is! Jackson Irons with a two-run shot over the left center field fence. He'll plate Wharton, and it's 6-4. Patomeco with the pass. Narario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Like Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! 9-minute mark. And that will be a Diablos goal! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it. 5:22 to go in the game. JoJo Murray in motion. They're going to do a jet sweep to him on the near side of the field. JoJo Murray across midfield. One man to beat. JoJo Murray's inside the 10. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. JoJo Murray on the 60-yard end around.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
The smell of playoff football is in the air here at Wilemon Field on the east side of Arlington. Tonight, your Bowie Volunteers and the 8-6A district champions are going to take on the Dallas Jesuit Rangers in a bi-district playoff battle here at Wilemon Stadium. And Zach Arnold Productions is bringing you the entire game. Presented by John Wade Roofing, this is Zach Arnold Productions. This is Jot Holly, joined tonight with Tim Costello. And they will bring you the Bowie Volunteer pregame show. Fans, the Bowie Volunteer pregame show is brought to you by Chapman Cornelius. Chapman Cornelius Insurance, Inc., a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business needs and budget. Call April or Jason today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Tim, playoff football here on the east side of Arlington. Two good teams, district champion Bowie Volunteers. They're in for a dogfight tonight versus the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. And what are you looking out for tonight?
I'm looking for a couple of things. You know, this obviously a rematch of last year's bi-district matchup that Dallas Jesuit came away victorious in. So I expect this Bowie team to come out hungry, maybe a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I expect them to run the ball, right? That every game that I've done that Bowie has had success this year, it started around running the football, whether it's Darian Bowers or even Dylan Talley, you know, getting some end-around carries or some Wildcat-style carries out of the backfield. They've got to get the ball on the ground rolling, and then from there you allow, you know, Trey Nichols to have some easy completion, some play-action pass, open some things up underneath because the defense is so focused on having to stop what is a dangerous run game. When you look at this offense for Bowie here tonight, you know, Darian Bowers ran for 21 touchdowns this year. You know, 1,657 yards. Those are gargantuan numbers, Jot, when you look at what they're doing. On the ground for the year, they're rushing the ball for 265.9 yards a game on the ground. Right now, I think you and I would both agree that certain teams in the district aren't as strong against the run as others are, so you're able to rack up some yards in games maybe against a Sam Houston or maybe against Haltom or some of those teams, right, where you can just rack up a big running game. However, that's still big boy numbers.
Yeah, this is going to be a team in Jesuit that doesn't run the ball as well as some of the other teams in the district, and their run defense isn't really built for the style of play that Bowie has. From last year, they kind of went down the field, took their time, 8, 9, 10 plays a drive. This year, Bowie's going to look for much the same. Like you said, Darian Bowers, he's now the Bowie Volunteers all-time leading rusher when it comes to yards in high school, and that school's been around for a long time here at the city of Arlington. You got Larry Nichols back there. He's got a big game. He had a big season this year, over almost 2,000 yards passing. He has 20 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. That's a 5-to-1 touchdown to pick ratio. You got Dylan Talley. He's gonna be heading out to the from what I saw, he's gonna be heading out to the MAC conference. He's going to go to Bowling Green. That's where he's committed to at the moment. 6'3" wide receiver. There's gonna be all types of speed. Now the defense has to get ready for Dallas Jesuit. Number 0, Okello is gonna be in the middle. That's the guy who's going to be calling a lot. He's out there right now with the seniors doing the coin toss. So we prepared for a lot of explosives here from this Bowie team as they get ready to play Bi-District football versus the Dallas Jesuit Rangers.
Yeah, and to flip the coin a little bit, looking at this Ranger team, they're coming in winners of their last 4 football games. You know, offensively, a strong team. They put up around 33 points a game. They dropped 56 against Nimitz last week, but you know, let's not read too much into that realistically, as Nimitz hasn't exactly been a powerhouse this season. You know, but they had 33 against Berkner, 42 against Richardson, 41 against MacArthur, 42 against J.J. Pierce, 49 against Irving. This is a team that can score the ball, and they're going to do it a little bit more through the air, I think, than what Bowie has seen for the most part here at Arlington. A lot of teams in Arlington like to run the football. A lot of real good athletes that you want to get the ball in their hands and let them make plays. This Dallas Jesuit team, they're wanting to spread it out a little bit. They've got a litany of receivers that can do some damage once they get the ball in their hands. Blake Bodner, he's got 8 touchdowns over the last 4 weeks, right? This is a guy that is averaging nearly 100 yards a game and 2 touchdowns a game in the last 4 games on this winning streak.
Yeah, this Dallas Jesuit team, they got a very explosive offense, like you said, Blake Bogner, but it all starts under center, Charlie Peters, the senior. He has over almost 2,000 yards passing this year. He'll get that if he gets 47 yards tonight. They put up 42 points against J.J. Pierce, which is where Zach and Pops are across town over at Irving watching J.J. Pierce take on the Arlington Colts. On the other side, for Zach on Productions on Facebook, as you hear the Jesuit Rangers run onto the field as they're getting ready to kick the ball off to start the game. Bowie's going to get the ball first. As we can hear Bowie's band. Not many people made the trip down New York Avenue compared to those that made it from North Dallas, but traffic has been bad. The Tyson fight is around the corner at AT&T Stadium, so we will hopefully get more fans here tonight. We hear the Jesuit band right next to us, and the Bowie Volunteers are taking the field, coming out in the orange tops, black pants, white helmets with the orange BV on the side of their helmets.
Yeah, Dallas Jesuit in the all-white uniforms, gold helmets, kind of similar to maybe the Navy uniform that you see out there.
Pretty Navy or Georgia Tech style uniforms. And as the two teams get ready to line up to get ready to stand, and we'll get the Pledge of Allegiance going, we're going to head and take a quick break. This is Zach on Productions, Bowie Volunteer Football Playoffs, first round, taking on the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. Be on the other side of these commercials. We will be right back. Presented by John Wade Roofing.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com. Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial, auto, or even life and health insurance, their knowledgeable agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April or Jason at 265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com. Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com. Pecan Park Dental isn't your typical dental office. Nestled under the shade of 60-year-old pecan trees, Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team provide advanced dental care in a warm, inviting setting that feels like home. Whether you're looking for the latest cosmetic dentistry or a cozy place where you and your kids feel at ease, Pecan Park Dental is your go-to in Arlington.
Welcome back out to Wilemon Field here in beautiful Arlington, Texas on the Zap Network. It is playoff football time here, the Bi-District round, as your Bowie Volunteers take on the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. Hi, folks. Tim Costello joined with Jot Hawley tonight as we get ready for what should be a fantastic matchup between 2 really offensively explosive teams here in a little bit of a chilly night in early November. The first true chill of the year coming through in North Texas. Jot, how are we doing tonight?
It's chilly. It's chilly. It's warm. Oh, it's chilly outside. It's warm in the booth. Not a lot of fans here from the Bowie side, but they're trickling down New York Avenue on the east side of Arlington. Jesuit fans are still driving through that 360 traffic. If they took 161, they might have a better shot. But if you come by the AT&T Stadium, they get ready for that Mike Tyson fight.
Oh, God.
And here we will have a dog fight in front of us between the Rangers of Jesuit, coming off of off of 635 and Dallas North Tollway, taking on these East South Siders here in Arlington, the Bowie Volunteers. So I'm excited, ready for playoff football.
A rematch from last year's Bi-District round. Bowie fell to the Rangers last year 20-7. This is a different team, though. Darion Bowers coming off just an unbelievable season, over 1,600 yards, 21 touchdowns on the ground. Just a difference maker at every level. This is the guy he's going to go have success at the next level, whatever he chooses to do, right? I don't necessarily think it's going to have to be football. If he wants it to be, I think he'll be good at that. If he wanted to go and study marine biology, I think he'd probably be successful at that too.
He's going to be a very successful player, the way of a person in life, the way he was here in high school playing football. Tonight he has a chance to keep on that record that he has. He's the leading rushing yard leader in all of Bowie volunteer history. And a couple weeks ago versus Lamar, his stiff arm, I named it the left arm of Zeus. The way he runs through you, stiff arms everybody. So he's prepared for good running back, good game, and he'll be on the bench first. But the Jesuit Rangers are going to get the ball to start this game as they're waiting to kickoff.
Rangers will be working right to left on your radio dial. End over run kick fielded at the 23, working towards the far sideline, trying to find a little bit of space. Spun down across the 35, down to the 36-yard line that time. Number 21, Shane Parker with the return.
Now we are ready for some football, Bi-District football.
Looks like Dallas Jesuit will come out working out of the shotgun formation. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 isolated on the near side. Again, Jesuit all white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, gold helmets. Bowie, black pants, orange jerseys, white helmets. They fake the handoff, look to throw, has time, over the middle, caught across the 45 down to the 46, very close to the sticks, and that should be good for a first down. Jesuit looking to go fast. They're already over the ball.
Yeah, Bowie's defense got to come up prepared this 4-3 and look out for quick passes and a run.
Handoff coming across the near side, spun down near midfield. It was number 2, Henry Boret, with the carry again. Rangers look to go quickly. Play action, rolling, right side, caught across the 45 and spun down from the backside of his jersey. It's number 7, Jaeger Krause.
Yeah, Jaeger Krause, he came out here 2 quick catches already. The Bowie defensive line's got to do a good job of getting back in the backfield, try to disrupt this quarterback's momentum, but this quick ball is not helping.
Quarterback sneak over the 45, trying to get to the 46. I don't know if he got it. They're signaling 4th down, so he will be short. They started in the shotgun, tried to go fast and catch Bowie off guard. It did not work.
Good job up the middle by big number 90. Francisco Santos. Good job. Him and Okello double zeros will be in the middle waiting to get this 4th down. 4th and 1.
4th and 1 for the Rangers. They are going to go for it. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. To give up the middle, diving for the first down. It's going to be close. I don't think he got it.
The line judge on our side, he's walking like they didn't get it. He's got the point Bowie way.
Rangers say yes. Bowie says no. Still waiting on an official measurement or any kind of signal from our referees. They're short. Volunteers with a big stop on 4th down to start the game. Let's take a quick break as the players change the field. You're listening to Bowie Volunteer Football on the Zap Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Hi everybody, Paul Lovato from Jambo's Barbecue at the historic Arlington Steakhouse here on Division Street. If your teenagers make your fridge look like you've never buy groceries, then stop by for a Jambo Texan sandwich or our Sadie loaded potato. The king and queen of barbecue meals will fill your kids up and keep them full long after the game is over. Peace, love, barbecue, and football.
Welcome back out to Wilemon, and not necessarily a challenge, but the coaching staff for the Rangers have asked for a measurement. So after initially signaling that they were short, now asking for a measurement. It looks like they're, unbelievably, a fingernail's length short, and that is the ruling after the measurement. The coaching staff can't believe it. They're still calling that it should be a first down after the signal.
Somebody call Ed Hockley. Let him bring out one of those note cards.
Yeah, we need the index card.
Index card. That was a good job by that front 4 Bowie to get him off the field. Good job, double zero up the middle. Okello, you had 90. Santos, he was in that tackle too, and 92. Joseph Williams, good job, big fellas, getting the ball off, getting the Rangers off the field and get Bowie out there.
So now here are the Volunteers. Bowers joins Nichols. Nichols drops the snap, able to throw, get a reception over the middle, across the 50 down to the 49. It was number 3, Antonio Berdow for Bowie. Nice pitch and catch. Good recovery from Nichols after he dropped the snap.
That's good recovery there. Good job to get the ball out. Berdow was in a great spot waiting for the ball from Nichols. 2nd and 4. Good pick up 6.
They give to Bowers. He's running with a steam across the 45, run out of bounds short of the 40 at the 42-yard line. Made a man miss, broke a tackle. Pretty typical Darian Bowers carry.
If you want to talk about a running back that's going to make an impact, Darian Bowers, if he gets a chance to go play at the next level, he's ready. He's got the left arm of Zeus out there, able to stiff arm anybody. Keeps his legs moving. He's ready for any D1 school that wants to call him.
One of those running backs that almost looks like he was just shot out of a cannon once he gets to a full head of steam coming out of the backfield. Heavy set formation. The handoff is to Bowers. He's got room! Wrapped up by the shoelace. just got him before he was off to the races. Is good for a first down, though, just short of the 30-yard line.
Good job by Bowers following that big offensive line for Bowie. Big number 52 out there for the offensive line. Ian Mays ready to make some blocks. Left tackle, following the big boys, get the first down.
Spread formation now for the Vols. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Nichols throwing into the hands of the receiver Burdow. He initially able to avoid some contact before going down at the 25-yard line. Gain of 7 on the first down toss.
Good job by Nichols getting the ball out there quick. If you look to the other side, you got big 6'3" Dylan Talley. He's one-on-one. He's got a smaller linebacker who's got his hands on his hips already. So look out there, one-on-one, no safety help. Talley might be getting this ball for a 6 here eventually.
Chess match. I think eventually Talley going to be in a great situation. Now they fake the jet sweep, handoff up the middle to Bowers. He gets across the 20-yard line. Good for a first down carry.
Bowie's coming out fast. The offensive line is blocking. They got big number 9, Zion Shelley, the tight end. He's listed here as a running back. He plays more of a tight end. Good lead blocker there. You get 6 on the line and you do everything you can, but it looks like we have one of those big linemen down.
We'll take a quick break as they attend to the injured player. Bowie on the move early in the first quarter. You're on the ZAP Network presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back after this.
Pecan Park Dental isn't your typical dental office. Nestled under the shade of 60-year-old pecan trees, Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team provide advanced dental care in a warm, inviting setting that feels like home. Whether you're looking for the latest cosmetic dentistry or a cozy place where you and your kids feel at ease, Pecan Park Dental is your go-to in Arlington.
After the injury timeout, Bowie throws to the sideline. Talley caught at the 5, wrestled down at the 4-yard line. Should have been a penalty for an offsides. It was a free play for Bowie. I'm sure they're going to...
Looks like they got that flag.
Yeah, they're going to decline this one. Bringing up a 1st and goal. That's a smart play by the quarterback. Nichols knew he had a free play. Has a big-time receiver on the field. Give him a shot one-on-one on the outside.
Good job on Nichols. You saw that your man was one-on-one. Now he's one-on-one at the top. If you were looking at it on the screen here, he's on our far side, going left to right. He's out there one-on-one waiting.
They give up the middle to Bowers, and he walks in untouched for 6. Number 6 puts the Vols on the board early, a 6-0 lead in Arlington.
Good job by Bowers. This offensive line for Bowie's came out, pushing the Rangers off the ball each play. Nichols on the short passes was finding his receivers. Great drive by Bowie to start the game, get you a 6-0 lead. Now make this extra point and make it 7.
Zion Shelley pulled and led the way for his fellow running back. And man, what a statement drive there for the Volunteers. They get the 4th down stuff and then come back and go right down the field, really mauling the defensive line of the Rangers. Man, must feel good on the Bowie sidelines right now.
Yeah, I was waiting on one of those linemen to get out there. Somebody wasn't hitting the head on the swivel.
Play clock down to 4. Will they get the snap off in time and the extra point? Yes. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it is a 7-0 lead here in Arlington, Texas, as the Bowie Vols take the first score of the game. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with you on the ZAP Network. This is the Bi-District Playoff Football, brought to you by John Wade Roofing.
This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back on the Zap Network. The Bowie Volunteers take a early 7-0 lead from Wilemon Field. Feels good. If you are a Bowie fan, if you're a Ranger fan, a little bit frustrated after a drive that started with some promise that ended on a 4th down attempt. End over end kickoff. Field them near the far sideline. No drop. Diving on it. Able to hang on for dear life is Beck Berry, the backup quarterback and wide receiver. Disaster averted.
That was a good opening drive by Bowie. Now they have a chance to get the defense back out there who was able to stop this Ranger offense. The offense goes by quick. They were to stop the Rangers offense on the first drive. Let's see if they can do it again here. It's going to be a ball that's about the 22-yard line after that muffed kick.
Now, the danger of an offense that likes to go fast is if you don't pick up first downs, your defense has to get right back out there. Here's a quick screen pass coming towards the near sideline. Across the 30, here's some room to run, and wrestled out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It was Shane Parker, the junior, making some men miss in space before accelerating.
And that's one of the things you cannot have happen when the offense moves so fast. You cannot miss tackles.
Stacked formation, twin wide receivers on each side. Quarterback looking to run, coming to the near sideline, pushed out of bounds across the 45, 46-yard line for the Rangers. Peters that time does a nice job of avoiding the rush and making something happen for 6 yards on first down.
That was a good job by Pregame for Bowie, making sure he kept his eyes on Peters to make sure he wasn't able to get far enough out that corner. He still picked up 5, but good job pushing out of bounds.
Spread formation for the Rangers. Peters looks to throw, has a man over the middle. Across midfield down to the 46-yard line. It's Shane Parker again. Wonder if maybe somewhere in the game plan Parker was a slot back or a guy who could make a difference this week. Uh-oh, umpire goes down.
Back-to-back weeks I've been at a game where umpire has been down here at Wilemon Field.
Is that the turf monster who took down the referee?
It looked like he tried to put the ball down and spot it and ran it to either
the old backpedal afterwards.
Something happened.
Uh-oh.
But let's hope he's okay, though. He looks like he's getting up. The trainers are out there checking on him. It gives a chance for the Bowie Volunteers defense to kind of regroup. They're good. The Rangers are moving really fast. This fast offense, like you said, fast pace, is hard for your defense to adjust. But if you mess up, your defense gets out there really quick. Bowie has to tighten up the zone. Big passes already in the gaps in the zone. What do you think? How do you think this timeout's going to work out in Bowie's favor?
I do think it's going to work out in Bowie's favor. There were, as you said, some holes in that zone. Either that or they're playing a little bit too much man, right? You've got a lot of crossing routes. And you're going quick, so you've been hit with a bubble screen, and the same player comes back across the other side of the field on a crossing route. If you don't have the speed to run with these guys in man coverage, you've got to maybe run some shell coverages or some zones over the middle where everybody stays home and stay true to the zone. Here's the handoff coming near side. One move and trying to get up the middle across the 45 down to the 41-yard line. Going quickly, the handoff, no, play action. Throwing on the run, far sideline, caught it, Yeager. He takes a shot and spun out of bounds for a first down. Again, the referee's stopping play. This is interesting.
That looks like it might be a timeout.
Oh, this one's a player down.
Player down for Bowie. He's able to get back up to number 25 on the back end for Bowie. That's Princeton Campbell. He's going to be one of the important DBs for the Volunteers, trying to slow down this offense. And they're already.
I think he's actually just on the sideline and got hit. Listed on the roster as a wide receiver is Campbell.
Well, hopefully he's okay. It looks like he was out there playing DB. Maybe he was on the sideline, just too close to the line. Yeah. But he's okay. He walked off on his own power.
Hit was made near the bench for the Volunteers, so one of those situations maybe he got rolled up on as a guy just observing the play. I didn't see it. Just saw him down. All right, now they start it up again.
7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. This quarter is going by very quickly.
Rangers bring a man in motion across the formation, pitch it to him on a jet sweep. Got near the 30-yard line. they do give him the 30-yard line. Again, it was Shane Parker involved early in this drive.
Good job by Jeremiah Brinson, number 5, linebacker, senior. Good job. He was able to get there on that jet sweep, not let him get any more yards. Limited gain. You bring up a 2nd and 7. 6 minutes left. 6:30 left to go in the first.
Two receivers on the far side of the field. They motion out of the backfield. Looking to set up a little tunnel screen. Nothing happening there.
Pregame.
That's going to be a loss on the play. It was Blake Bodner getting his first touch of the game.
My bad. Linebacker Pregame came out there ready for that screen. Kept his head on a swivel and put the receiver's head definitely on the swivel.
Shane Parker in the slot. 3 receivers on the right side. Bowie jumped on defense. Should be a free play going for Bodner. Not happening. Again, they had the offsides, so it was a free play for the Rangers. Incomplete pass. The result of the play, they're going to take the 5-yard infraction. Replay 3rd down. 3rd and 5 on the way.
Yeah, careless mistakes like that. It was a good job by the Rangers to get them offsides. Now you're looking at 3rd and 5. Short yard situations like this, Bowie can't allow penalties. You got to do what you can to get this Rangers offense out of here. If you can hold them to 3 after the drive that the Rangers have had, you're doing a good job out there for the Volunteers.
3rd down and 5. Rangers trailing 7-0 early in the first quarter. Pass is complete near the sideline, reaching for the first down and has it. Again, it's Shane Parker involved all over the place in this first quarter. He's back in the backfield. The Rangers going quickly. Fumble at the snap. Ball is fallen on by the Rangers. They hang on to it. Barrett able to secure it. 2nd fumble already for this Dallas Jesuit team.
When you move so fast like that, you have to keep your eyes up, your hands ready. 2 fumbles early in the first quarter. One of those will eventually work in Bowie's favor if the Rangers aren't able to fall on it. Loss of a yard there, 2nd and 11.
Very long sustained drive this time for the Rangers offense after they were quick off the field last time. Here's a pitch and catch. Makes a move at the 10, going for the end zone. He's going to be about a yard short. It was Blake Bodner on a little button hook and then making a man miss in open space. Brings up a 1st and goal at the 1. Again, looking to go fast is Dallas Jesuit. Takes the snap. The give is up the middle. Barrett met immediately by that Volunteer offensive line, number 42, eventually wrestling him down. A late flag comes in. Kern Bryan going to get a penalty, I think, for maybe a unnecessary roughness. That's a soft flag, if you ask me.
Yeah, the momentum was already stopped, so they're blowing the whistle, but they're going to give him the flag because he slammed him down afterwards. Some of that's just the heat of the play. He's a young kid. He's got to learn, hey, the whistle's blowing, but you're taught, play through the whistle. He played through the whistle, made sure that the running back wasn't getting anywhere, but now it works out in Jesuit's favor. They got a whole 4 downs here to score.
1st and goal, the quarterback keeper going for the end zone. He's got it. Now an extra point away from tying this game up at Wilemon Field. The Rangers punch it in for their first touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, it was a very quick drive by the Rangers. Only took off a little bit under 3 minutes to go. Now we have about 4:50 left to go in the first. That drive, that pace was too quick for Bowie. They got to tighten up the zones. The defensive line is doing the best they can, but the Rangers move so fast. They're doing these quick screens and quick drags. The defense has to adjust in the back end.
Extra point on the way. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good as well. A tie ball game once again from East Arlington. The Rangers march right down with an answering touchdown. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bowie Volunteer Football on the Zap Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Hey Arlington residents, are you tired of rising insurance rates? Then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save. Call April or Jason at 817-265-3346. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
4:48 left to go in the first quarter. A tie ball game in Arlington, Texas. Round one, the Bi-District playoffs. The district champion Bowie Volunteers taking on Dallas Jesuit. Both teams have punched in an offensive touchdown in this first quarter. Volunteers looking for their second possession of the game. Fair catch called by Talley at the 30-yard line after a little bit of a pooch kick. Will set the Volunteers up with fantastic field position. John, I really expect the Volunteers to slow it down a little bit on this possession if they can. After the rapid pace and long drive their defense just had to sustain, I expect to see a lot of running the football, maybe a little bit more methodical pace for the Volunteers on offense.
Yeah, I expect much of that as well. The thing is with Bowie's offense is that the offensive line is so good when it comes to pushing back the defense. Jesuit comes out with 3 down linemen. You expect more of a run, but with 3 down linemen, you're able to get 5 yards to carry the way Barris runs himself.
They look to throw on first down. Caught. Gives up a little bit of yardage. I don't know if he got back what he initially had that time, but it was number 3, Antonio Burdow, targeted early and often in this first quarter.
Yeah, when you get your gain like that, you have the 3. You can't run back to the line of scrimmage trying to gain more. If you would have turned the other direction, he had the room on this side with the backside blocker. Instead, you lost the yards that you gained there. Now you're looking at a second and long still.
2 receivers on the near side of the field. They give up the middle to Bowers. He's got room to work with across midfield. He's tripped up from behind at the 45-yard line. This is the Bowers that we have seen time and time again when we get these Bowie games.
Bowers hit that hole, and he had green grass in front of him. That shoelace tackle was the only thing keeping him from walking into the end zone, because the way Jesuit's defensive line is, they have a 3-3. Now they brought a 4th lineman out there, but it's not slowing down this front 4 on front 5 for Bowie. Good run.
First down and 10, looking to throw, pump fake, fire over the middle, bird out, diving catch for a first down across the 30-yard line down to the 27-yard line.
And you know what caused Bird out to be so open? Dylan Talley's one-on-one by himself. The pump fake by Larry Nichols took the safety out the middle of the field. Bird out on that up and in, looks like an in or a quick post. Good job, get open. Good pump fake using your star receiver to get everybody else open. Great drive, great pass.
Trips on the near side of the field. Screen pass is to the running back Bowers. He shimmies and shakes across the 25-yard line down to the 23, it looks like.
And the way the Rangers are coming out, they're tackling high. Bowers is not a big running back, but he runs strong. The Rangers are tackling high. One of those should have been a face mask. It looked like he grabbed him on the way by, but Bowers moves his legs so much, so strong, that you wouldn't even notice the way his head turned. Good run, fight through it.
Bowers, handoff up the middle out of the shotgun. Finally, something positive for this Ranger defense. A big play made by Parker Sherman, the defensive lineman. I don't think this is a 3-3-5, John. I think this is a 3-4, maybe a 3-4 under. You've got the 2 outside linebackers playing near the line of scrimmage, and then your 2 middle linebackers on top there.
Yeah, they have been switching in and out D tackles, so it might be going back and forth. Like you said, that's a 3-4 right there.
Rolling left side, Nichols plants, fires, has Talley across the 15, spun down at the 11-yard line. That's good for another Volunteer first down.
Use that big frame, good job. He got himself open on a rollout spot. Talley did, all you need to do is put his hands up. Nichols found him, first down, and Bowie's moving. They're in the red zone at the 11.
Offense is humming early for the Bowie Volunteers. Doing a nice job of keeping the pocket clean for Nichols as well. Shotgun snap, they give to Bowers. He's trying to extend, he's going for the pylon, he's got it! Touchdown, Bowie!
Big run by Bowers. Good job by the offensive line. He hit that outside. The right tackle did a great job making sure that the end was hooked. Receivers did the job pushing the backs in all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bowie. Good job getting out there, getting you 6, and taking this lead back over.
It's exactly what this offense needed to do after their defense was on the field. Definitely feeling a little bit winded, a little bit gassed. You ran the ball right down the throats of this defense, gave your defense a time to catch their breath as the extra point is up and good. And now the Volunteers back on top, 14-7. This is Volunteer Football on the Zap Network by District Round. We'll be right back after this.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana. Aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Minute 39 left to go in the first quarter. Volunteers on top, 14-7. And this by-district matchup between Dallas Jesuit and your Bowie High School Volunteers. Tim Costello, John Holly with you on the Zap Radio Network. Kickoff end over end, one of the better ones so far, fielded at the 7-yard line. Coming right to left, trying to find a little bit of wiggle room. Wrestled down from behind at the 35-yard line. It was Jaeger Kraus on the return.
Let's see if Bowie's defense has made some adjustments here. That zone man, the back 7's playing, they need to tighten it up. Dallas Jesuit moves so fast. The front 4, they're already winded, but the front 4 is still fighting. The back 7, you got to keep your eyes on the receiver. If anything's in front of you, let it stay in front of you, but you got to get close enough to him without pass interfering him.
Shotgun formation rolling to his right side. Looking to throw. Peters has a man caught sideline. Very close to first down yardage. Might be a touch short. No, they do in fact give the Rangers a first down. Charlie Peters has this offense already at the line. They give the first down carry up the middle. Room to run for Barrett. He is going to pick up about 7 yards on the first down carry.
Such a fast-paced offense. The chains were barely set by the time that ball was snapped.
Play action, rolling right. Has a man open. Down to the 39-yard line. A pass to Shane Parker. These little RPO plays where you've got Parker leaking out of the backfield. Peters rolls with him. It's an easy pitch and catch. Tough to stop. Barrett almost fumbled. Hangs on to it. Doesn't pick up much on the first down carry. That's the problem with those RPOs. Ball security becomes that much more important when you have to decide if you're going to hand it off, keep it, throw it.
See if Bowie can hold the line. 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Second down and 10. Rangers slowing it down at the line of scrimmage a little bit. Have not huddled once in this game. Everything's been done at the line. No huddle offense. Peters tries to step up. Not much room to operate. He'll pick up some yardage, making something out of nothing, a yard or two there, but almost fumbled the football.
Yeah, that's good. It looks like there might be a Bowie volunteer with his helmet off after that tackle. Yeah, the way Peters came out, he tried to throw the ball. He almost threw the ball across the line there, which would have been a penalty, which would have worked in Bowie's favor, but he was able to break away from it. And that's going to be how we end the first quarter. The Volunteers lead to 14-7, and the Rangers are driving. The way Peters is moving that ball, see if Bowie can come out in the second quarter and try to slow this Rangers offense down.
Big third down coming when we come back. 14-7 the score. Volunteers on top on the ZAT Network. We'll be right back after this.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0393 or email orders@locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back out to Arlington, Texas. You're listening to the Bi-District matchup between the Bowie Volunteers and the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. Volunteers on top 14-7. Big third down and 7 for Dallas Jesuit. And here's a big sack for the Volunteers. Finding his way into the backfield, it's Arjawan Chibli making a play to force a 4th down and very long for this Ranger offense. That's just what the doctor ordered if you are a Bowie Volunteer fan.
That's a great job coming out of that break, then quarter change, defense, penetration. There was another man back there for Bowie. Good job to get the sack. Now it's 4th and 15. See if you can get the Rangers off the field. Or it looks like they're going to punt it instead.
Little pooch punt. Showed like they were going to go for it, so there's no return man back there. Pretty smart play. Gets all the way down to the 1-inch line. So we're not going to call it optimal starting field position for this Volunteers offense. Good job schematically, we'll call it, for this Dallas Jesuit team, able to convince the Vols to have no one back deep on the punt return.
Yeah, that was a little trickery there. Nobody was back to return it. They get the ball. Bowie's going to come out with the ball at the 1-yard line, or just a little bit in between the 1 and the goal line. So let's see if Bowers can try to get some push from the offensive line and give Nichols some room to operate. We thank everybody for joining with us tonight. There's no video tonight. The UIL guidelines, $500 if we wanted to stream the game, the way things work. So we got the audio call for your night. Thank you for joining us as the Vols are taking on the Rangers.
Good job, boys.
First down carry, it's Bowers. He is able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much else. Another 2nd down and 10. Might be the first time Bowers hasn't gained yardage. Maybe 2 no gains. I don't think he's had anything negative yet so far in this game.
And Bowie's added a 7th lineman. Looks like a 2nd tight end out
there. He goes again. He's got room across the 10 down to the 12. Bowers finds just enough room and then explodes once he's in that 2nd level.
Good job by Bowers. They added a 2nd tight end out there, so they had 2 tight end on the east side of the line, 7 blockers on the line. Good job by Bowers finding that hole. 1st down, Bowie. Let's see if they can keep this drive going. 10 minutes left to go in the half, and Bowers is rolling tonight.
Special players, special plays. Tally comes in motion. Heavy formation for the Volunteers. They give to Bowers again. He's brought down for a loss on the play. He was tackled very high up near the helmet on that hit, but I don't think it was a face mask, but just a high wrap-up.
That's the thing, when you have running backs that are so small like Bowers and getting small in height, not small in stature, it's harder to get lower on him. That's why he keeps his legs moving, gets a good push. The D tackles for Jesuit, from this angle, they look big, they look tall, and they're tackling high. That's why they're missing so many tackles. Take advantage of that.
They give to Bowers again. He's able to run through his first hit, brought down across the 20 down to the 22-yard line, very close to 1st down yardage. Going to be about a half-yard short.
Bowers is running like Marshall Falk out there, just taking people with him left and right. He's shorter in stature, but behind this big offensive line from Bowie, they're getting all types of push. Bowers keeps his legs moving. He's got that left arm of Zeus. Whenever he wants to use it to stiff arm a defender, good job by Bowers. 3rd and 2.
Here comes the heavy formation. They give to Bowers. He's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. They brought 2 linebackers out there to lead the way, and unable to do so.
That was an interesting approach. They brought the heavy, but they bounced it outside. Jesuits coming out with 3 down linemen, like we said, 3-3-5 or 3-4, however they alternate. You got to run up the middle. Your line is big. Don't cut out like that. You need bigger push when you have a heavy formation.
High snap, the punt blocked. It goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and not the result the Volunteers were hoping for. After the block punt, the Rangers will take it over deep in Volunteer territory. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bowie Football on the Zap Radio Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
After the blocked punt, Jesuits' first play from scrimmage was a shotgun formation handoff that lost 4 yards. Injured player on the field, number 5, Jeremiah Brinson, the senior linebacker for the Volunteers.
Brinson's been playing so hard for the Volunteers tonight. He's been back there trying his best to get penetration on the quarterback for the Rangers, but he's not able to get back there and cause a sack. But he's been back near the quarterback's face every play. A good thing he's able to see. We see him walking off. Bowie, hopefully Bowie on the bench somewhere. There's a man that's going to step up and take Brinson's spot until he gets back into the game. And these Rangers are already lined up. Brinson's not even off the field yet, and they're already lined up.
They certainly like to go fast.
Second and 13. The Rangers are back out there. Four wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right.
Shotgun snap. Peters looks to throw, avoids the rush, steps up, fires over the middle, has a man across the 25, across the 20, spun down at the 19.
Peters trusts his offensive line. The way that they got this pocket set up around him, he has time back there. He's comfortable. And the first down, play action on the jet sweep.
Going over the top. This one's caught for a touchdown. Shane Parker went over the top and is able to bring this game within a point.
Parker went up, man. He had a play action on a jet sweep, a one-on-one. I thought from my angle the ball was going to get picked off. Parker snatched it over his head. He mossed him. Bowie's got to do a better job on the back end because this Jesuit team, they're coming really fast. They're ready for any zone and any man-to-man. You got to make adjustments on the back 7 because the front 4 is not getting penetration like you wanted. That extra point's up, and it is good. So we tied 14, 7:45 left to go in the second quarter. This is Bowie Volunteer Football. We're going to take a break real quick. Presented by John Wade Roofing, Zach Productions. Right back.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Rummy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Rummy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
After the Randy Moss impression, we have a tie game with 7:45 left to go in the second quarter. Welcome back onto the Zap Network. Tim Costello, Jot Holly on the call of the Bi-District playoff matchup. I want to thank our listeners joining us here on the YouTube feed. Zach and Pops over on the Facebook feed with the Arlington game. End over end kick booted deep this time. Watching it go over their heads and through the back of the end zone. One of the return men for Bowie. So a touchback, the first one of the game, will set things off for the third offensive drive of the game for the Volunteers. So far 2 for 2. Jot on the drives and touchdowns for the Bowie offense.
Yeah, Bowie's done a good job so far of coming out and getting pushed from the offensive line. Bowers is keeping his legs moving. They've been working this game really tight. The defense has been a problem because they can't keep up with the speed of Jesuit's offense, the way they get the plays in and out. The offense, though, for Bowie, the way that they're moving, you keep the offense on the field, you can dictate this game the way you want it.
First down play, Jets sweep behind the quarterback. They pitch it to him. It's Birdow, picks up 3-4 yards. Actually, they get him all the way up to the 30-yard line, pickup of 5 on first down.
It's a good play. Birdow, nobody's expecting him on the jet sweep like that. Great call on first down.
2nd and 5, 2 receivers on the near side. Tally isolated one-on-one at the far side. Shotgun snap dropped, picked up. Now rolling right side, stepping out of bounds. 31-yard line. It's the quarterback, Larry Nichols. Not sure what happened there.
It's the second time in this game. He had it happen to him in the first quarter. You got to keep your eye on the ball on the snap. As soon as I get a better snap like that, I understand he's got a man directly in front of him with a 3-3, but you got to keep your eyes on that snap.
3rd down and 4. Big 3rd down for the Volunteers.
And this Jesuit crowd that made the drive from North Dallas there, making some noise right in front of us. See if the Bowie Volunteers can quiet them down and get this first down.
Nichols snap, fire over the middle, caught for a first down to the 39-yard line. Big pitch and catch. He finds Kedrick Osun-Brown.
Good job by Osunde Brown. He got there, found the space in that defense. The way they come out, it looks like a 3-4, 3-5. Found the gap, set inside the gap. Got the first down. Good find by Larry Nichols. First down.
Shotgun formation. Bowers in the backfield, gets the handoff, looking for space, trying to work right side across the 40 down to the 42-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the first down carry.
And here comes that interchanging defensive line, bringing 2 in and taking 2 out, keeping the man fresh. But the way for the Rangers, but the way Bowie's offensive line is, they're getting a push no matter who's out there.
2nd down and 6. 2 receivers on the near side, Tally on the far side. They've got him double teamed. Here's Bowers. He is able to spin out of the first tackle before being wrestled down across the 45 to the 46. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short, 2.5 yards.
And as he was getting wrestled down, right before the man that brought him down, he got a taste of the left arm of Zeus right there. Got hand to the face, stiff arm. Good job by Bowers. 3rd and 2.
There's that loud crowd noise for the Rangers visiting fan. They give it Bowers up the middle. He's wrapped up and brought down at midfield. And that is enough yardage for a first down.
Great run. Find the block, find the hole. The big boys finding a way to get a push. Bowers is just doing whatever he wants out there on the field.
Big time drive for this Volunteers offense after the blocked punt. Giving up the game-tying touchdown, knowing you're deep in your territory, needing an answer, all the way up to midfield. Now they get the Bowers again. He's got room to run. 40, 30, 25, wrapped up and brought down to 20. Little Laundry comes on the field late. Tack on another 15 for unnecessary roughness.
Left arm of Zeus came out there on that tackle. 87 from the Rangers was not expecting it, ran right into it. And he tasted a full face of the Zeus left arm from Bowers.
Bowers checks out for a moment. Just a quick breather, I'm assuming, for the big-time runner. Still having a conversation about the flag that came in at the end of that play. They're actually going to wave off the flag. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Good job by Bowie. Bowers came out. They had a double stack to our side in front of us with Tally. So it pulled away the safety. Bowers found the hole, found the gap from the zone, the way the safety spread out, left his assignment. Good job.
Ponder into play, a little running back. They go to Zion Shelley on the outside. The backup running back, tight end, able to pick up some good yardage on the first down screenplay as they were giving Bowers a little bit of a breather after his big gash. Tie ball game, under 5 minutes in the half. Great job getting them to jump off sides. You go up top to Tally. Touchdown, Volunteers. You had the free play. You go to the best receiver on the field, and he was one-on-one with a man 6 inches his junior.
Good job by Nichols. He saw that. He forced that defense to jump. He said, Tally, hey, it's going to you, buddy. He went up, brought it in with ease. They need to get a little more height out there if you're going to play one-on-one with Dylan Tally. Touchdown. Good job by Tally bringing it in. Look at it in when you hit your hands. Now you get the lead again.
Yeah, Andres Van, the sophomore, actually listed as a wide receiver. He's been given a very tough task of going out and guarding, one of the most talented wide receivers in the district. End over end, extra point attempt, up and good. And another touchdown for this Bowie offense, 3 for 3 here tonight. It's 21-14 in the second quarter. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bowie Volunteer Football on the ZAP Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
After another dominating drive for the Bowie offense, they are on top 21-14 with 4:30 left to go in the first half of play. I expect to see another quick-moving offensive drive for the Rangers. And that's one of the things you can do if you maybe don't have as many weapons. You could scheme your way to some open plays as this end-over-end kick is fielded. Return brought towards the far sideline before being brought down at the 25-yard line. Good tackle by the special teams unit for the Volunteers. But yeah, the scheming and the pace of this offense is maybe allowing them to hang around with this high-octane Bowie offense.
If you're Bowie, one of the adjustments Coach Sam has to make at halftime, one of your 4 down linemen is going to have to stand up like a defensive end, as a defensive end, put him in a standing position like a linebacker, and tell him you're going to watch whoever comes out the backfield. Let the 3 down linemen do something. Maybe that could slow it down a little bit.
First down and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far, 2 backs in the backfield. Play action, throw over the middle is caught by Yeager. He's hit at the 35-yard line, brought down immediately. Good for first down yardage on the first play of the drive.
Yeager found the hole in the zone. The safeties for Bowie, they're playing too far deep. He was at the safety for Bowie and before was back there at the 40-yard line. Yeager found the spot at the 35 and set right there.
Clock didn't start on time. They got a free play actually there. Here's a play. Throw is caught. Coming across the field at the 40. Makes a man miss at the 50. Going out of bounds at the 48-yard line. It's number 21, Shane Parker again, who continues to have his imprint all over this game early.
You're going to have to adjust if you're Bowie to man-to-man because this zone's not working. This zone is everybody. Your linebackers and your safeties, they're dropping back too far and letting everything underneath. You're either going to tell your back 7, you step up into it, or you're going to run man-to-man and don't let that guy get by you. Because that seems to be the worry here, is that they're worried for the deep ball and letting everything short hit them.
Parker checks out. Engelhardt checks in. They fake the screen to Engelhardt. Instead, throw a receiver screen on the near sideline. Nobody open. It was at the feet of Jack Yeski. It was a no-ski.
That was a no-ski. I like that. That was great.
That'll make it second down and 10. 2 receivers far side, 2 on the near side. Still have Engelhardt in the backfield with the quarterback Peters. Bowie jumped defensively, gonna be a free play. Peters is wrestled down. I don't know if the referee saw it. There's no flag out there.
Yeah, I don't think the referee saw it. One of the defensive tackles for Bowie jumped off sides. It might have been Okello, number 0.
It was Francisco Santos who jumped.
Santos, he's right next to the ball. You can't jump. When you see the ball, you're the D tackle. You're the one right next to it. You keep your eye on the ball. But good job. The referees didn't see it, so hey, it's a sack in Bowie's favor, bringing up 3rd and 15.
Big play for the Volunteers. They can get off the field and find a way to put more points in and get the ball to start the second half. That's how you put teams away in this state. 3rd down and 15. Peters has time, throws over the middle, dropped! In and out of the hands of Yeski. Again, that one, Anoski.
That was a dangerous pass by Peters. That ball went over number 5. Brinson, who was ready. That ball, I thought he was getting ready to get picked off and go the other direction. The safety for Bowie got there too late. Yeski couldn't bring that ball in. Man, that was almost a pick going one way and a catch going the other.
Yeah, it was a great throw by Peters, but unfortunately Yeski couldn't take care of his broski and make a good play. 2:45 left in the half. The Volunteers are getting it one more time at least on offense. Snap is bobble, but the punt is a dandy. Takes a bounce towards the end zone. Can the Rangers get there in time? I don't think they did. I think that's going to be a touchback. Yes.
That's going to be a touchback.
Touchback. We're going to stay here. The teams are changing field pretty quickly. So with 2:35 remaining in the half, Bowie has an opportunity to extend this touchdown lead and then get the ball back to start the second half. Jot, with the way that this Rangers offense moves, you cannot let opportunities like this fall by the wayside.
You can't. You have to come out and score every chance you get the ball, and that's something that Bowie's been doing. With 2 minutes, but 2.5 minutes left to go, you still have time to run the ball as much as you want. You have 2 timeouts. You have all 3 of your timeouts. Do what you got to do and get down the field.
Play action pass caught along the sideline. Stepping out of bounds at the 30-yard line is Birdow. They went away from Bowers that time. Pick up a first down to get the drive moving.
Now Bowie's taking a little bit of time to run on their own pace now too, and it's gonna hopefully it can work out in their favor. They can get down there and put some points on the scoreboard.
Try and milk as much clock, as much this 2.5 minutes as you can. Play action pass, throwing sideline. Bit of a miscommunication between Nichols and Talley. It was almost intercepted. Jack McGoldrick had a beat on it, but just could not get there. Actually, no, that was the sophomore Van, Andres Van, who had a beat on it.
That was a very dangerous. It looked like it might have got tipped by one of the linemen the way it came off, or a little miscommunication there on that type of comeback.
It was miscommunication. I think Talley didn't come back the way that Nichols thought he would. So now the clock stopped. Here's the 2nd down and 10 play. Nichols has time.
Where's the flag
Steps up in the pocket. Has room to run across the 35. Steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
There's 2 different spots that the crowd that you can hear, and me, we were looking for a flag down the field. One of the receivers from Bowie got tangled up with 2 defensive players from Jesuit. In the middle of the field, one of the Bowie Volunteers, the crowd's looking for holding. I don't see the holding as much there as the blatant no pass interference called down the field. That's where Larry Nichols was looking. He was looking for number 3, Birdow. Got tangled up. So I guess it's double no call, but 3rd and 3 now.
Big 3rd down play. Don't want to give the ball back to Dallas Jesuit. Trying to, again, use up as much of this 2-minute clock as there is. Volunteers will take a timeout. 2:15 remaining. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Bowie Football on the ZAP Network. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
.215 left to go in the first half. Bowie on top, 21-14, facing a big 3rd down and 3 at their own 37-yard line. The way this Dallas Jesuit offense operates, you don't want to give them the ball back if you can avoid it.
Yeah, you got to do what you can. If you come out with the power set, look for Bowers to get the ball here. Jesuit might be looking for that because the linebackers are playing close to the line. They're only 3 yards deep of the line.
Now the Rangers are going to take a timeout. I guess they didn't like what they saw at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Bowie came out, everybody like a tight formation there in a shotgun. I don't know if they're looking to hand the ball off to Bowers, but the way the Rangers came out, they had their front 7 within 3 yards of each other waiting for the handoff. That would set up a perfect play action. Larry Nichols can run. He hits an outside corner anywhere as long as you have a tight your line blocking. That was going to work in Bowie's favor if the play call was good.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Again, 2:15 left in this first half. It's been an exciting first half, a rapid-paced first half. Slowing down a little bit as we are under 4 minutes. Back-to-back timeouts.
And fans, coming up at halftime, we'll play an interview that Zach had with Coach Sam from this season. As a lookout during this game, we'll also come back from the Dallas Morning News with some stats, some highlights. We'll check on over the game between Arlington and J.J. Pierce. That's where Zach and Pops are at. We'll let you know what's going on with this game here and get you ready for the second half.
3rd down and 3, bunch formation on the right side. Bowers in the backfield. They bring Zion Shelley in motion. They will throw it. They go to Bowers and he drops it. Tried to get a screen set up, and Bowers just could not hang on to it. So only 30 seconds come off the clock, and you're going to give the ball back to this Dallas Jesuit team with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left and 2 timeouts.
That was a very interesting play call that Bowie came out with. Coach Sam, he had everybody tight, looking for a short pass just to pick up the 3 yards. Dallas Jesuit brought everybody up to the line. There was room back there. Larry Nichols had somebody back there to throw.
Much better punt. This one bounces, takes a volunteer bounce, and will be downed at the 32-yard line. So under 2 minutes in the first half, 1:59 left to go. Volunteers on top, 21-14. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line.
It's been a very exciting half. The way that this Jesuit offense moves, and they might get down the field in 45 seconds. They don't do a good job of working the clock and could give Bowie the ball back if they get down the field too fast. But Bowie's got to come up with a stop here. Look for anything. They're not throwing the ball deep. Look for everything short and let it stay in front of you.
Here comes the reverse. Now the pass off the reverse, incomplete. They had the receiver Yeski running open, and it was Yeager who took the shot, but unable to connect.
When you have a Yeski and a Yeager, the one thing you're going to ask is why? Why? You have 2 guys with the Y who couldn't connect.
2nd down and 10, 1:53 left to go in the first half.
As I said, Jesuit's not looking deep. Nobody from Bowie was worried about a deep pass there.
Here comes a pass to the sideline. This one is broken up on the sideline. A lot of contact on that play, but getting away with it was Johnny Macon.
That's playoff football. You let him play. He was right there on him. He had his eyes looking at the ball. His head wasn't turned around. Good job by Johnny Macon, making sure the receiver didn't get behind him. He stayed connected to him. There's no flag there because you stay connected.
3rd down and 10. 2 receivers on each side. Looking to change the play at the line of scrimmage. They look to the sideline.
You got to get back there.
Shotgun snap. Here comes Peters. Steps up, fires over the middle. Incomplete. Coming in late is number 25, Princeton Campbell. Able to separate receiver from ball, and now decision time for the Bowie Volunteers. A minute 39 left, 2 timeouts of your own. Do you run it and try and just kill the clock, or do you possibly try and do something with it offensively?
This is playoff football. You want to get down there and score with a minute and a half. You work on 2-minute drills everywhere you go. You want to get down there and take the wheel of these Rangers. If you go up 2 scores, getting the ball back at halftime, even if you get a 3 out of this final drive, you're still up 10 going into halftime.
Here's the punt, a spiraling, great kick. This one's going to bounce inside the 20, rolling towards the end zone, and checks up like a Mickelson flop shot at the 3-yard line. What a punt for Jesuit. It was Noah McHugh, and oh my McHughness, that was wonderful.
That was a great punt. Bowie almost got back to the block it, but because they sent everybody on the blitz to block the punt, nobody was really around the block for the returner. All you could do is let the ball go over his head.
That one, that's the kind of kick that gets you signed to kick on Saturday. That one was a dandy. So with 1:27 left in the half, I expect some Bowser handoff here. Instead, throw to the sideline. This one is reeled in for a first down.
That was a very dangerous throw by Nichols. He looked over. He threw to the farthest man, but nobody from Jesuit was paying attention. Good job, 7 yards.
Actually, yes, you're right, only 7, so 2nd down and 3. One of those tough angles in the broadcast booth. Here's a handoff up the middle. Bowers has room, makes the first man miss, wrestled down at the 19-yard line. There's the first down after an 8-yard rumble and tumble.
Good job keeping your legs moving. He almost went down by the 15. He got up, picked up 4 more. Clock's still moving, though. We're under a minute, but we still got 2 timeouts left.
Not a lot of urgency for Volunteers. Looking to throw is Nichols. Steps up, makes the first man miss, chucks it deep and out of bounds. Clock will stop with 45 seconds.
Nichols came out looking for a one-on-one with Talley. Talley still has the receiver for Jesuit, number 87, Andres Van, who's about 6 inches taller than. He was looking for him, but the penetration by Jesuit pushed Nichols out the pocket. They might go back to that again. They're running one-on-one. The safety's not giving any help to Talley.
I'm wondering if they got some new playoff footballs or something, because both teams have looked like the ball's a little slick, a little tough to hold on to. Literally no precipitation out here. 2nd down and 10. Nichols looking to throw, going deep, has a man, incomplete. He had the receiver Osunde Brown streaking down the field wide open, but unfortunately the calibration on that one just a little bit off.
When you have a star receiver like Talley on this side, he pulled the safety away, so that left the trips on the other side with 2 or 3 corners and a safety. The safety floated. He had a one-on-one. You got to connect that. He was one-on-one. He was behind the defense. That was 6 right there if you connected.
3rd down and 10. They give. Bowers has room to run across the 30, shoved out of bounds short of the 35, but that's enough for another first down. And that will essentially keep the ball out of the hands of the Rangers as long as there's no turnovers in this half.
Great run. Nobody was expecting the run on 3rd and 10. The Rangers weren't expecting it at all. They were looking for the pass. Bowers was able to pick up that good amount of yards. Now 32 seconds. You still have 2 timeouts left. You got to get to the 30 to maybe try to attempt a Hail Mary or something.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw, fires again,
going
deep. Talley is open, and he drops it.
It hit him in the chest.
I think he was thrown off by the arm of Van. Van went up to try and make a play on it himself. He misjudged, was short, but maybe just interfered with the vision of Talley. I don't know, because that one should have been 6.
That should have been 6. Van jumped too early trying to pick that ball off. It might have threw Talley off. Guy hit Talley right at the number, and he was waiting for it. All he has to do is catch it and turn. That was your touchdown to give you a 2-score lead. Now you're back at 2nd down.
Rolling right, throwing right, going for Talley. This one's high and out of bounds. 20 seconds left. Took a shot that time, didn't he?
If you're Coach Sam, you gotta move your receivers around. They're shading the safety over here now because you have a linebacker on Zion Shelley. You have 2 pretty much covering Talley. Talley's fast. But on the other side, you have one-on-one coverage. You got to look to the other side. Tell Nichols, hey, look, we'll put a blocker on your left. You got to roll to the right.
3rd down and 10, 20 seconds left. Do they run it again or do they throw it?
I think they might try to run it and catch him off guard.
There's Bowers again. Not off guard. He's wrapped up and brought down. Do they take the timeout?
Timeout, 10 seconds left. Coach down here for Jesuit and called timeout.
So 8 seconds on the clock. We're going to get a punt return at minimum.
8 seconds separates halftime and halftime and the rest of this quarter. We have a timeout on the field.
There was no need to stop the clock, though. No, because it was fourth down.
It was
You're
fourth
right.
down on the run. Yeah.
You're right.
If you're a Bowie, you might tell your punter,
Run around a little bit.
Run around a little bit and try to get rid of the ball as late as you can, or just run back to the 10 and run forward again. Whatever you have to do to milk these last 8 seconds off, just don't give up a turnover.
Exactly. Especially with the leg that the kicker for this Jesuit team, Noah McHugh, has. He's got an ability to make from 35, 40, 45 yards, right?
He has the ability, and Pagofi's already had one tipped on the last punt attempt. This one, he has to have enough time. They put 4 more seconds back on the clock to make it 12 seconds. You gotta do whatever you can, Pagofi. Run around, try to get a first, try to do anything. Don't let this ball get blocked.
This one is off clean. Bounces, takes a Ranger bounce at the 40, so 5 seconds left. Well, it's a Catholic school. We're going to throw a Hail Mary?
I think they might. I don't know the type of arm that they have going deep. They've only taken one deep shot, and that was on that reverse pass. So they might just take a knee and go into halftime here. The way their offense is built is more built for speed and not depth.
I don't know. If I go to a Catholic school, I'm definitely throwing up a Hail Mary.
You got Dylan Talley, number 8. He's back there playing the farthest man back at the 10-yard line just in case there is a Hail Mary. You have spacing in between Talley and the 2 closest defenders from Bowie. You have 3 down linemen basically saying don't let anything get behind you.
Prevent defense. Instead, this is going to be the game of laterals, I think. Tried to get out of bounds before the clock ran out for a field goal attempt, but I don't think they did it, and they did not. So we head to halftime, 21-14. Bowie on top. You're listening to Volunteer Football on the ZAT Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing. Stay tuned for the Taqueria Taco Express halftime show coming your way after this.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana, aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
All right, Bowie Volunteer fans, it's halftime here at Wilemon Stadium on the east side of Arlington, where your Bowie Volunteers lead 21-14 over the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. And now we are going to take a step aside while the band's on the field performing and give you an inside look between Coach Sam in the interview with Zach Arnold. While we get those stats, we'll be back for the halftime show presented by Taqueria Taco Express after this.
Coach, let's take a look at the offensive side of the ball specifically for a moment, if we can. What about your skill position players are you excited for the most after what you've seen in scrimmages and the whole offseason?
Just the number one, the continuity of turning 8 of the 11 from the previous year. The explosiveness in that group when it comes to the offense. All starts with our offensive line, and they're play. The good thing about our situation is that we not only have one, but I feel like we have two very adequate quarterbacks, and Larry Nichols and Jaden Bibbs. And then in the receiver room, I think we have 4 to 5 guys at any moment in time, they can take it to the house when need be. Dylan Talley, who's your big wide receiver. And then we got, Smaj, who is a little jitterbug. And then you have Kedrick Sunday Brown and, Princeton Campbell and Maxwell Nichols are guys that, they're younger, but they're explosive receivers as well.
Out of those 8 returners that you say you've got, is there any individual that you're going to be leaning on to try to step up and have a big year for you guys in order to be successful? Or are you looking at more of a success by committee type of approach?
I think the success of our offense is, I just feel like if you don't have a good old line, it's hard to be successful on offense. So, Ian Mays, who's our Tulsa commit, I think he's kind of the guy he's kind of the quiet leader of the offense, because he's kind of that alpha dog over there. Mm-hmm. And I think he kind of is the calming voice on that side of the ball. And I also think our running back in Darian Bowers, because I think with being able to have a great offensive line and be able to run the ball, that opens up the opportunities for, receivers and quarterbacks to get the one-on-one opportunities that we want. So that, because I feel like if the ball goes up in a one-on-one opportunity, I think our receivers come down with it more times than not. Mm-hmm. So you always want to be able to establish the run, and then that opens up your passing game.
The O-line was something I was about to touch on. We love giving credit to the big men up front. They put in a lot of work during the offseason. We see these big man challenges that happen where all they're doing is flipping tires and pulling chains, and it finally translates into something really big once the season actually kicks off. What can you say about the O-line and as a whole, and the O-line coaches in regards to their preparation for this season? How ready do you feel for all of these big men to try to carry for 4 quarters? Because that's a big thing in this Texas heat. Trying to get them to go all 4 quarters isn't always easy.
I think we'll be fine from the standpoint of, all fall camp. We've practiced. Now, obviously, we got heat restrictions and things like that, but we've practiced in our indoor at 3:00 in the afternoon. So, yeah, the sun may not be directly beating down on them, but the elements of being in the heat, our kids have dealt with that from day one. And, the way we work out in the summer is uncomfortable because they got 6 a.m. workouts and 8 a.m. workouts. So, in the summer, the last thing you want to do is have to get up early.
Right.
And so, just putting our kids in those uncomfortable situations as much as possible, I think makes it a better situation when they're placed in those comfortable situations, which, obviously the first couple games is going to be hot, but 7:00 on a Friday, it's usually feeling pretty good outside. So, and I put them in those uncomfortable situations because, if our goal is to get to the 16th week, like I tell them, you got to win a game when it's extremely hot. You got to win a game in the rain, and you got to win a game when it's extremely cold. So, our 2 O-line coaches, Coach Williams has been here since Kenny Perry's been here. He's kind of the steady hand. And our new O-line coach, Coach Joe, he just won himself a state championship at Duncanville. So, he's one that can preach the 16 weeks just like I can. So, so I think having those 2 guys, he's more of an energy guy. So, Coach Joe being stoic and Coach Williams being the stoic one and Coach Joe being the energetic one, they kind of play off each other, which I think is great for the O-line room.
That is awesome. And to have that kind of success building a key part of the offense it must be really comforting to have, and you can kind of
do you turn the reins loose on just the two of them, or how often do you get involved in position schemes?
Shoot, I don't really get that involved. I mean, I do coach a position just because as a head coach, I don't know. I can't. I'm not at that point in my career where I just want to be a walk around head coach. So I do coach a position, but I really let the coaches coach, and I just kind of take notes and give coaches, this is where you can get better at as a coach more than this is what you need to do. Because sometimes the best way to grow is to, make the mistake, learn from it. Because even me when I was a position coach, I made my fair share of mistakes as a coach. And, that's just under the head coaches I work for. That was their approach that they took. And, it helped grow me where, they didn't necessarily step on your toes unless they need to. And, that's kind of how I am as a head coach. If I don't feel like I need to step on your toes, I'm not going to get in the way. And the good thing about the staff I have now is I really don't have to do too much toe stepping on now. Obviously year one, you have to, because, you're trying to make sure the culture is the way you want it. But at this point in time, toe stepping I do is slim to none at this point.
That's awesome. Talking about toes and stepping, shifting gears though to the players again, speed has been the name of the game in this district for the last several years. How do you feel like your team speed is against the likes of maybe like Martin or South or even Arlington?
I think our team speed's great. We track is a big deal here at Bowie High School, and we make sure that most of our kids, if they don't do any other sport, they're gonna run track. Because I'm big on multi-sport participation and the health behind that. And it's, like running track is free speed training is what I call it. And so, you base everything around speed training when it comes to your conditioning. Your kids are going to get faster. It doesn't mean that they're all going to be fast, but I do like our team speed is. We have every year I've been here, we've had multiple people go down to the state track meet in Austin, and every last one of them that went was a football player. So, that's having team speed definitely helps, because there's no substitute for size and there's no substitute for speed. And so that's the reason why we emphasize those things.
That makes sense. If somebody new, this is the last question about offense, if somebody new to Bowie football was tuning into a game that was online, or if they tried to come in person, what would you tell them to watch for in order to get excited about the Bowie brand of offensive football?
It's going to be a physical, explosive brand of football. And it's going to be an exciting brand of football. And I think, that's, even though, we harp on accountability, discipline, eat mentality, family mentality, this game is still fun at the end of the day. So that's definitely one thing that we definitely want to do, is make sure that we have a fun environment. You're going to see coaches high-fiving kids, chest bumping kids. You're going to see coaches coaching kids hard. We're definitely going to do all of those different things to make sure that, brand is definitely one that is only a high level of accountability, but also a high level of fun too.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
All right, Bowie Volunteer fans, that was Zach Arnold in his Interview with Coach Sam here for the Bowie Volunteers. The Volunteers lead at halftime 21-14 over the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. We are 15 minutes away from the start of the third quarter, and we will come back in about 5 minutes or so with the Taqueria Taco Express halftime report from Wilemon Field here on the east side of Arlington. Thank you for sticking with us. The Volunteers lead 21-14. We're going to keep it here on the screen. We're going to give you some of the band sounds as they're performing at halftime here. The beautiful band uniforms, cheerleaders, drill team. Everybody's getting ready to go out there and have a good showing. Listen in. We'll be back in a few minutes with the Taqueria Taco Express halftime report. We got stats. We got scores. Zach and his dad Pops are over at Arlington, watching Arlington right now play against JJ Pierce. If you want to tune over to them, they're on Facebook at ZachTheVoice. We will be back shortly.
What's up, Coach? No?
Hi everybody, Paul Lovato from Jambo's Barbecue at the historic Arlington Steakhouse here on Division Street. If your teenagers make your fridge look like you've never bought groceries, then stop by for a Jambo Texan sandwich or our Sadie loaded potato. The king and queen of barbecue meals will fill your kids up and keep them full long after the game is over. Peace, love, barbecue, and football.
Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting TaqueriaTacoExpress.com.
Welcome back out to Wilemon Field. You are listening to the halftime show presented by Taqueria Taco Express. Taqueria Taco Express features a wide variety of authentic Mexican food across the entire city of Arlington. Their 4th location at Little and 287 is now officially open. On Taco Tuesday, get 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10, or visit on Mondays for the new quesadilla birria, only $9.99. Whatever Mexican food you're craving, Taqueria Taco Express has you covered. Place orders online to collect points you can redeem for free food. You can find their 4 locations and place orders online at TaqueriaTacoExpress.com. John, interesting first half here, but first let's take a look at some of the stats and some of the scores from around the league.
All right, let's go ahead and go to get the scores first from around the area. The playoff scores in the district: South Grand Prairie 0, Lake Highland 14. So that's one district team that's trailing. Another team from the playoffs in the district, Haltom. They're trailing Richardson 28-13 at halftime. The winner of this game will play the winner from last night. Hebron played Prosper Rock Hill, and Hebron won 48-16. So the winner of this game will play Hebron next Friday for their area matchup in the playoffs. Zach and Pops, they're over at Irving watching J.J. Pierce take on your Arlington Colts. The Colts are trailing 31-14. And the winner of that game will play the winner of Denton Guyer and McKinney at halftime. Denton Guyer is winning 31-0 over McKinney.
Not the outcome you're looking for if you're a McKinney fan. But you know what? This first round of the playoffs, you get a lot of those mismatches, right? You have the district winner versus the 3rd or 4th team to get in. So you get some uneven scores. But I don't think that's been the case here. I think this game has been fairly evenly matched. I think this is probably where I saw it before the game, maybe a little bit, right? When you look at the strengths of both these teams and the weaknesses of these teams, Bowie likes to run the football. Everybody knows that, and they ran it well. You got the stats on the ground on the first half, John. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So on the ground in the first half, Bowie Volunteers, they have 164 total yards on the ground. Darian Bowers has 19 carries, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. And the comparison is that Dallas Jesuit doesn't run the ball very well. They have a whopping 9 rushing yards in the first half. That is on 16 total carries between the quarterback, a jet sweep, and their actual running back.
It's been a lot of motion. It's been a lot of, Shane Parker lined up in the backfield, taking a catch in the flat, or motioning him to the slot and getting him on a jet sweep, or getting him on a crossing route. Or it's been a Shane Parker show here early in this game. But when you look at the way these two teams match up, the athletes on the Bowie side of the field, to me, are better athletes, right? I don't think many people would argue with that. However, this coaching staff for the Rangers does a fantastic job. They're schematically sound. They're disciplined. They're well coached. Have they stopped the run well? No. But you know what? They understand that they can wear teams down. They can tire teams out. They can, put certain route combinations together that will leave their speedy players open across the middle of the field. And it's worked for them. It's kept them in this game. And, they've had some successful drives. They've done some things that have shot themselves to the foot a little bit. But all in all, it's a one-score game as we head to the second half.
It's a one-score game, and the way that Jesuits throwing the ball, the quarterback, Peter, 16 for 20, 178, 1 touchdown through the air and 1 on the ground. He's not throwing anything deep. The deepest pass we've seen was the reverse pass that was incomplete. Everything else, like you said, motions, jet sweeps, screens, and short drags across to pull the defender out of the way. But they're not throwing anything deep. Like you said, this team's very disciplined. Bowie, on the other hand, they got to tighten up the zones. Their passing stats pretty normal for what you see out of Bowie. Larry Nichols is doing great. He's 12 for 18, 105 yards. He's got a touchdown to Dylan Talley, and that was on the offsides from Jesuit that they were able to take advantage of. Bowie's leading because of stuff like that, because they're able to capitalize on the penalties. But this Jesuit team, they're very strong. Like you said, they're very disciplined. They're out here in lines all the way across. Everybody's in formation. On the other side, Bowie, they're all kind of scattered a little bit, but there's different styles to that. Sometimes when you're overly disciplined, sometimes when everything's overly to the point of it has to be perfect, it can cause you to make more mistakes.
Yeah, and I think that is a fine line. You're absolutely right. But for this team here tonight, it's definitely kept them in the game. And I think you have to tip your cap a bit, too, to Charlie Peters. He's done a nice job feeling the pocket. You talked about the yardage he has through the air, but he's felt some heat, felt some pressure tonight. He's been hit a couple of times, but he's done a really nice job to manipulate the pocket with his legs, to climb up the ladder a little bit, and then deliver a 5 or 6 yard connection instead of taking a 10-yard sack. That's a difference of 16 yards there. And so he's done a nice job. He's got a nice feel for the game. He does a good job of getting his team to the line quickly and then being able to look over at the sideline and change the play once you've already got the personnel locked on the field for the Volunteers, right? If the offensive team doesn't substitute, then the defensive team can't either. So that's the other thing about this hurry-up offense that we really haven't talked about, is that you limit those defensive substitutions. So if you could be the better conditioned team, if you could be more versatile, with a tight end who can run, who can block, who can do a bunch of different things, now you really lock that defensive personnel in and limit what they can do.
And what you have to do if you're Bowie and Coach Sam, when you know that your personnel is locked out there and Jesuit's going to change to what they see to adjust, that you have to tell whoever's out here, you have to stay in your spot. We're going to bring the zone a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. No more 5 yards, 7 yards, 9 yards. Drop back on that zone. We'll stay in 3 to 5. Defensive line, this front four, you got to get to them. A linebacker, you've got to get out there. You got to get Peters moving. Let them try to throw the ball deep, because that's something that we haven't seen Peters do, is throw the ball long, more than 10 to 15 yards, and challenge that offense to move him out. Challenge that defense to move him out the pocket, make him run. Make him look deep, because he's not doing that. He's looking for a comfortable drag route or a comfortable screen. And
absolutely. Got to find a way to keep him uncomfortable.
Keep them uncomfortable. The Bowie Volunteers, your Volunteers, they're back out on the field. Now you hear the Jesuit Rangers come back on the field. We're going to take one more break here. This is the Taqueria Taco Express halftime show. The Bowie Volunteers football is coming back in one moment. Presented by John Wade Roofing, Zach on the Productions. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Here at Wilemon Field on the east side of Arlington, on the campus of Sam Houston High School, where the Bowie Volunteers lead the Dallas Jesuit Rangers 21-14 as the second half is about to start. We're locked in for some exciting football. Jot Holly, Tim Costello is going to bring you the call. Bowie's going to get the ball at halftime, because the Rangers started with the ball to start the game. With a 7-point lead, let's see if the Volunteers can come out and try to extend this lead, make it 14. The offense has been unstoppable for the most part. Let's see if they can come out here, and whatever Coach Sam told them at halftime, they can stick to it.
Kicking game has been a big difference for the Rangers in the first half. A much more competent kicking game. Pinned the Volunteers deep a couple of times. This This one from the 40-yard line, end over end, into the end zone, and they're going to take it out across the 10, 15, 20, and runs into a wall of tacklers at the 20-yard line. Interesting decision to pick up an extra yard. Actually, you're going to lose 4 yards. And taking it out 7 yards deep.
It looked like for a moment there he had a gap. He might have ran to his own man or a wall of defenders far across the other side of the field. But from our point of view, if he would have cut back this way, he had the room. Like I said, interesting decision when you get the ball deep like that, kicking to the end zone to take it out.
So first down and 10 starts at the 21-yard line for the Volunteers in the second half. Bowers coming off 150 yards in the first half, 2 touchdowns. They toss it to him, coming to the near sideline. He breaks the first tackle, reverses field. He's got some work to do. Here comes a flag. He's going to be wrapped up for a loss, and we'll have to see. That flag is going to be in the area of a hold or block in the back.
Bowers went left, went right. He did everything he could to try to get something made out of that play, but the Rangers were all over it. We'll see what that flag was going to be, a holding or not. Maybe hands to the face.
Block in the back on the offense.
Blocking the back on there. That's not good. That's not a good way to start. When you've been in a halftime for 30 minutes, you've been getting talked to your coach about what adjustments we're going to make. In the first play, you come out with a negative run and then a flag on top. It's not a good way to start your third quarter.
So we'll have to see. They do accept the penalty, so that's the 10-yarder. Probably be a half the distance to the goal from the 20. No, it'll still be 10, yeah. So the 1st and 20 from the 11-yard line. Pardon me, from the 9-yard line. They have it as 1st and 20. I think that honestly might actually help Bowie. That was such a bad first play of the drive. I think the yardage doesn't hurt him. Pitch and catch to Dylan Talley at the 20.
There's a man that jumped off sides as well for Jesuit. So back of 2 straight plays or 2 straight flags.
I'm going to assume they take the yardage on the 11-yard pitch and catch. But yeah, I don't think the penalty hurts this Bowie offense as much there because, you know, they were backed up anyway. They had a negative run on first down.
And it's interesting because instead of taking that 10-yard catch and making a 2nd and 10, they're taking that penalty, so it's going to be 1st and 15 or so. So basically going to redo first down.
Interesting decision. So it is 1st and 15. Hard count. And this time they jump themselves. Make it 1st and 20 again.
One of the offensive linemen for Bowie, Larry Nichols tried the hard count. It didn't work. One of the linemen flinched. He was, from our angle, it looked like he was still the Jesuit Rangers. They were pointing it out. And now you're back to 1st and 20 again. Uncostly penalties right there.
So first half that was off to the races. Second half a little bit slower starting. 1st and 20, the throw caught over the middle by Shelley. He's got room to run. 40, 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Bowie.
Good job by Zion Shelley. He found the gap in the zone, and he caught that ball. Good pass by Larry Nichols there, and Shelley was gone. That's the deepest play I've seen him get all season. Good job by Zion Shelley. Make advantage of any time you get the ball out there. Get down there and just foot race at that point in time.
We've talked so much about the attention that Talley receives, shading the safety over top. Well, you know what happens when you do that? There was no one on the tight end in the middle of the field, and that one was a house call for Shelley.
Shelley's no more of a blocker as a blocking tight end. Good job, catch that ball. Extra point is good. 28-14.
So a little bit of a back and forth penalty situation to start the drive, but you know what? It still somehow looks like a one-play drive for the Bowie Volunteers. 28-14 our score, 10:46 left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Volunteer Football on the Zap Radio Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing.
Pecan Park Dental is proud to support local high school sports. If you're losing sleep because your husband sounds like a freight train at night, it's time to check for sleep apnea. Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team offer solutions to help everyone in the family rest easy, especially before game day. Come to Pecan Park Dental, where even snorers can find peace, and so can you. The Revamped Football League features former college players and lifelong Madden players alike who seek friendly and organized online competition. Whether you play Dynasty, Ultimate Team, or simple Play Now, enjoy College Football 25 in new and exciting ways with the RFL. Find their Discord group or learn more at revampedfootballleague.com.
After the big strike to Shelley, it's a 2-score lead for the Bowie Volunteers, 28-14 live on the Zap Network. Brought to you by John Wade Roofing. This is Bi-District playoff football. Texas 6A high school football, nothing even compares.
That was a big play by Shelley. As we were saying during the break, I have yet to see Shelley get anything more than 10 to 15 yards on passes by the way the design is. Good job. Make advantage when you get open like that and taking it to the house.
Here's a return across the 35, brought down at the 36, so good starting field position for the Rangers. Now, you've got to come out and you've got to answer that. You're down 2 touchdowns. Got to find a way to put some points on the board offensively. The running game has been nearly non-existent, as you mentioned. Getting that going would help it would really only help your play action game also.
Yeah, you got to get the run game going if you're Jesuit. The thing is, your offense is built for quick passes. It's not built for running. It's not built for anything deep. So if you're Bowie, you want to try to test that theory. I'm blitzing everybody I can to get the quarterback Peters out of his spot and try to get something thrown deep over your head.
Quarterback keeper going towards the far sideline. There was the run blitz on that you mentioned. Not much working for Peters. I think they'll give him a yard maybe on the first down carry. They had trips on the near sideline, but they ran away from it.
That's a good job. That backside blitz, like you said, for the run blitz, they brought 2 blitzers on this backside. If you're going right to left, they're closest to us. Good job to contain Peters, make him have to throw something over his head, no drags, no crosses, make him throw a fly.
They bring the running back out of the backfield to the near sideline. They throw over the middle. This one is caught by Yeager. He tries to reverse his field. He gets to the 44-yard line. It's going to be just a bit short of the first down, bringing up 3rd down and 1. Quickly back to the line again of the Rangers. They're waiting on a receiver to get back in place. 3rd down and 1. They give up the middle. Nice move across the 45, across midfield, and down at the 48. It was the all-purpose player, Shane Parker, that time taking a carry out of the backfield.
And I believe that's one of the longest runs that we've seen tonight from the Rangers. Everything's been pretty much quick passes. I think Bowie was expecting a quick pass the way the zone came out. Good job in that run.
1st down and 10. Spread it out wide with 4 receivers. Looking to throw is Peters. Tries to avoid the rush and does. Sets his feet, fires, has Yeski. He makes the first man miss and is shoved out of bounds short of a first down at the 39-yard line. Good for 8 yards on the first down pitch and catch. Good moves along the sideline for the young receiver.
See, the problem is when you play a lot of zone like this, it takes a lot of discipline to stay in those zones to keep everybody in front of you. And if all it takes is one person to be out of place, you get a big game like that.
Quick throw. Yeager makes the catch, makes a man miss, knocked down across the 30 at the 26-yard line.
Eventually, Bowie's going to have to send a blitz. You cannot let them sit back there all day and throw these short passes. You either have to blitz or you're going to have to man up and press. You cannot let him get anything else short if you want to keep them from scoring down the field like they're about to do now.
Here comes the blitz, and unable to get him. He runs right through it. Across the 20 down to the 15-yard line is Barrett. Ran right past the blitzing safety that time.
There's that blitz. You got to keep your head up, Fogy. When you get back there, you had your tackle. You had the loss of yards. You got to keep your head up.
First down play, looking to throw. Peters being chased towards the sideline. This one is dropped, incomplete. Had a receiver open. It was Bodner. Good job by the Volunteers to get a little pass rush on the quarterback and force the incomplete pass.
Just from perception, Wagner is the only tall receiver that you see out there for Jesuit. At least tall enough compared to like Dylan Talley, who's 6'3". A lot of these guys, they seem maybe they're closer to 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". But Wagner's probably 6'1", 6'2". You got to press these big receivers like that and make your quarterback get uncomfortable.
Jaeger Krause, a tall drink of water at 6 foot. There's a pass towards the flat, caught and cut down almost immediately with Shane Parker. He was trying to find some space to operate, but good job by the Volunteer defense to wrap him up quickly.
It's 3rd and 6. Do what you can to do not let them in the end zone if you Bowie. Tighten it up. You come back with that another blitz again. You almost gotten there twice with the blitz. Watch out for a screen.
Here's the throw going to the near sideline. Fade route to Bodner. He's got it. It went trips on the far side, isolated Bodner, and he's able to pinpoint and connect.
That was a good throw. He had all the time in the world. Wagner one-on-one by himself. Took advantage of it. Now the Rangers are an extra point away from making it 7 again.
Well done drive offensively as they answer the quick strike touchdown from the Volunteers with a long, methodical drive of their own, taking off 4.5 minutes of clock. Extra point on the way. The snap is low, handled well, kick is up, and it is good. Not the best snap, but good job handling it by Jaeger. We'll take a break. A one-touchdown game, 28-21. You're listening to Bowie Volunteer Football on the Zach Arnold Production Network. We'll be right back after this.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial, auto, or even life and health insurance, their knowledgeable agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April or Jason at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Back in Arlington, Texas, after a solid answer from the Dallas Jesuit Rangers, we're 28-21 with 7:47 left to go in the third quarter. Your Bowie Volunteers are on top.
And I know there's a fight across the street at AT&T Stadium between Tyson and Jake Paul, but we have one here tonight.
Yeah, dog fight going on at Wilemon. Here's the kickoff, an end-over-end kick headed towards the end zone. This one will bounce through the back of the end zone for a touchback ball spotted at the 25-yard line. We'll have to see if Bowie has another answer offensively. They've done a great job every time they've given up a score. They've went and got one for themselves. Every punch has had a counter punch. Great job by head coach, Coach Sam. Joseph Sam's done a great job this year.
Eventually, the Volunteers are going to have to come out with a knockout punch. You can't keep taking jabs like that down the field on the defense. You're going to have to deliver a knockout blow somewhere along the way. The offense is doing the best they can. They're answering. They're countering. Your defense has to get that uppercut and knock this game out.
First down and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Volunteers come out, 2 receivers on the near side, Tally on the far side. He's doubled nearly right at the line of scrimmage. They give to Bowers. He's got room up the middle, across the 30, down to the 35-yard line. That's a good 11 yards on first down.
Big run. Keep your legs moving. Big run.
They're not even risking it with Dylan Talley anymore. There's 2 cornerbacks within 7 yards of him right at the line of scrimmage.
As we saw on the last drive, when you start doubling a big receiver like that, somebody's one-on-one along the field.
Shotgun snap. They give to Bowers again. He's going to take it near sideline. He's got a crease across the 45, diving towards the 49-yard line. good for a first down, just short of midfield. Another 14 yards on that carry. He's going to get above 200 today.
He's close enough to it. He had over 150 yards at halftime, so he's getting there. Good job by Bowers. Good job by this offensive line. They're not getting the name called as much tonight, but they're doing a great job blocking.
Two receivers bunched on the near side. Tally one-on-one is isolated on the outside, being double teamed. Middle of the field is wide open. Some laundry comes in. Be a false start on the offense. Back it up 5 to the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15.
That looked like just a careless penalty. Somebody wasn't ready or somebody was overly ready. You can't have that when you're driving the ball like this. Like you said, Tally's over there. He's got a safety shaded right now. They're playing 10 yards back on him. So if you throw a quick curl to him, he's got the space.
Let's watch. They bump 11 outside. They bring 32. Oh, nope. They're going to keep. It's a one-man single press on Tally. They quick fake the throw, give it to Bowers up the middle. He's across the 45. Gets about 4 of the 5 yards from the penalty back. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Good job by Bowers, keeping those legs moving. He's over 20 carries on the night. He's doing everything he can out there to get close to 200 yards. See if he can get some more.
A little less attention paid to Dylan Tally, but again, they get to Bowers again. He's got room, bounced it back outside across the 35, wrapped up at the 39, 38-yard line. Very close to a first down. They're going to go ahead and give it to him.
That was a beautiful cutback. Good job by the right tackle, making sure that you had enough space for your running back to bounce outside like that. Bowers, he's not just powerful. He's got speed, too. Close enough. Got the first. They gave him the first down. Good run.
Well, they actually had it at the 42-yard line. Still good for a first down. They give again to Bowers up the middle. Another crease. Now he's wrapped up and brought down at the 36. Gain of 6 on first down.
On college football 25, they have a badge. It's called the workhorse badge. That's what you give to your running back. That's the workhorse of the team. He's not going to get tired. He does everything he can. He keeps his legs moving. He gets yards for you need. That's what Darian Bowers is right now.
Absolutely. Definition of a 3-down back. Give to Bowers again. So patient. Finds his crease. Ripped down at the 30, but very close to a first down, and again has it. He does such a good job of just keeping low behind his offensive line, waiting for them to get the hole open, and then boom, he explodes right through it.
This offensive line, they're not this big, they're powerful, they're patient. When they pull, the guards pull left and right, they make sure that they get to the spot, they find a man, and they hit him.
I don't think many people would disagree if you said there's at least 2 D1 players on that offensive line. There's some D1 talent leading the way for running backs here at Bowie. The handoff goes up the middle. It's the backup in for the Volunteers. Denzel Ponder gets a yard on the first down carry. They give him 2 yards. So 2nd and 8.
Keep Ponder back out there. Look for Tally. He's moving across the field. He's as Zion Shelley out there as his inside slot. And that way he might take away that safety. He could end up with the one-on-one with either Shelley or Tally.
Clock winding towards 4 minutes in this third quarter. Looking to throw, trying to find a man open. Dancing and then sliding, getting hit late. That was questionable. It was a good job by Larry Nichols to make something from nothing, but once he slid down, there was some contact high.
High contact, Larry Nichols, you have to hold on to the ball with 2 hands when you get ready to get hit. He had it in one hand. All it takes is a swipe to get that ball and you lose it. You got a better ball control when you scramble like that. So good job getting down though.
3rd down and 6, they get Bowers back in the game. Tally on the far side, trips on the near side. Bowers out of the flat, they give it to him. It's a screenplay, he's got room across the 20, 15, 10, shoved out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal Volunteers. Oh, but way back at the 28-yard line, there's some flag on the field.
The fans here that drove all the way from North Dallas were looking for that flag. It's going to be on number 9, Zion Shelley. He was the lead blocker there. It didn't look like a hold to me. It looked like a good play. One-on-one blocking like that. It's hard to kind of go on those holds just because the crowd's calling for it.
That's a backbreaker. Wipe out a gain of 20 yards on that play.
Mark it back to about the 36. Not good. Could be 30 and 15.
Bowers has been sensational. Can he find something else again here on a 3rd and 16? Nichols takes the snap, looking to throw, goes over the middle, has a man at the 25 and wrapped up inside the 20. They got it again.
Come on.
That's great. Great job by Nichols. Looking over the middle. You find your man sitting there waiting for you. Bird down. He knew where the spot was. He got to it.
Bird. Bird's the word. Birdow.
Good. Great job by Birdow. The Rangers are doing the same thing the Volunteers are doing. They're getting that zone. They're getting too comfortable. They're letting people get to their spot. Good job. Birdow took advantage of it.
1st and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line. High snap. Handled well. They give. No, it's a play action. Pass is complete over the middle. Fooling everyone, including the broadcaster that time, but it's completed to Brody Ferguson, his first catch of the night.
That's how you're getting there. Your first catch of the night, late in the 3rd quarter, you catch that ball, you take the hit, you bring that ball in, and you pick up those 8 yards. Good job, Brody Ferguson.
Earned himself at least one more play as he stays on the field in the 2 tight end formation. Heavy set. Bowers in the backfield. Both teams jumped. I'm curious who's going to get the call there if the defense caused the offense to jump, if they're going to get the offense for a false start.
I don't know if they crossed the neutral zone or not. I think that's how they normally determine it, right? It looks like right now it's going to go against Bowie, but the refs are talking about it. They're going to walk it off. It looks like he was induced by the defense.
You're right. They do get the call. It's going to be encroachment. So that will give a fresh set of downs due to the penalty yardage. And now a 1st and goal for the Volunteers. Ball is inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
We were saying earlier
shifted.
Coming out of halftime, we were saying earlier that Jesuit's very disciplined. Good job there by Bowie. They've done that multiple times today. It's drawing them off sides.
They give to Bowers. He's in for 6. Darius Bowers is unbelievable. What a back. 34-21, Bowie on top.
Good job by Bowers following your line, getting in there and doing what you got to do. Now you have a 2-scored lead.
It's just so important to keep adding to that cushion when you're going up against a team like this Dallas Jesuit team, because they move so fast. No score is safe, right? So keeping a 2-touchdown lead, a little cushion. Extra point is up and good, and it's 35-21 Volunteers. You're listening to Bowie Football on the Zap Network, brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting TaqueriaTacoExpress.com. PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences, and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org. bowivols.org.
Welcome back out to Arlington, Texas, Wilemon Field, where the Bowie Volunteers have a 14.35-21 lead with 2:23 left to go in the third quarter. After the touchdown, the kickoff is a short one, fielded at the 23-yard line, working towards the far sideline before being wrapped up and brought down was number 8, Merritt Johnson. And again, here comes a Ranger offense that has got to put together a quick, efficient drive after the defense failed to stop the run.
That's one thing that they can do is put together a very quick drive. See if Bowie made some adjustments here, try to bring people closer up to the line, look for something short to work down the field, nothing deep.
At some point, you got to jump a passing lane on one of these quick, short throws, and it's a house call.
Yeah, the way it's looking, he's gonna make a mistake eventually. You got to be there to capitalize on it.
Trips on the far sideline. Here comes the blitz. Stepping up, nobody home. Trying to get away from it is Peters, and he does. He's across midfield, still on his feet at the 30, 20, wrapped up from behind and brought down at the 19-yard line. Finally caught by Bryson Castile.
Bowie came with the blitz there. He didn't get there in time, but when he blitzed, the right tackle moved out the way. Good job by Peters to find that gap.
It's Pagofi who was on the blitz, and he completely lost contain in the process. And Peters picks up a huge chunk of yardage on the ground. Here's the handoff up the middle, breaking a tackle. Finally going down inside the 10 is Boretz. He rumbled and tumbled and stumbled ahead for another first down. Now 1st and goal for the Rangers. Clock inside, 2 minutes left to go in the third. Looking to throw towards the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Finding Bodner, it was a low back shoulder fade. And what a quick drive that was for the Rangers. Less than a minute comes off the clock.
3 big plays. You can't do that. You can't let Peters run to the outside like that. You got to get home on those blitzes.
So there you go. The only positive I'd say is this Rangers defense did not get the breather that they were hoping for. The long drive from the Volunteers had to have them reeling at least a little bit, but we're an extra point away from being a one-score game. This one up, this one good, and here we go again. The Volunteers score, the Rangers answer, and it's 28-35. The Rangers are trailing. It's a one-score game. 1:35 left to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the ZAP Network, presented by John Wade Roofing after this.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
1:35 left to go in the third quarter. A quick 3-play, quick strike touchdown drive as the Rangers back with it. A touchdown, 35-28. Bowie on top. We'll have to see if Bowers has any more juice left in the tank.
The Rangers made the mistake of scoring too fast. 3 plays on that drive, and now Bowers can come back and just put more pressure on this entire defense already.
Thought about taking out of the end zone, but Princeton Campbell finally decides better of it and will kneel it down. Touchback, have the ball start at the 25-yard line. Every time tonight that this Bowie offense has needed an answer, they've had one. Will they have another one again right now? If you could run a 5, 6, 7-minute drive, take some time off this clock, end with points, it'd be exactly what the doctor called for.
Yeah, the way this offense is moving, I want to take as much time as possible, but your line is just too good. You need to wear them out. I know they're switching people back and forth, but you got to take as much time as you can to get down the field and score.
Give to Bowers. He's wrapped up at the 25, falls forward for a yard. 2nd down and 9.
And that's fine. You take a 1-yard game. I understand it's one of the shorter carries he's had all night, but it's a good job because now you can come out on 2nd and 9 and maybe look to Dylan Talley, who's got one man on him again. They're making the mistake of leaving people like Talley one-on-one covered.
Yeah, they're shading the safety towards the middle of the field. Literally only one man on Dylan Talley right now. Bowers shifts to the right hip of illegal formation. Shelley did not let Bowers set all the way before he started his motion.
Careless mistakes. You cannot continue to make careless mistakes like that. Since this half has started, you've had multiple offsides and multiple encroachments and multiple illegal formations. That's not good when you're trying to get a knockout punch to take a team like Jesuit away.
2nd down and 14 facing this Volunteer offense. Two receivers on the near side. Talley still one-on-one on the far side. Fake the handoff, looking to throw, has Talley. He's wide open, hit him in stride. 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dylan Talley.
High step into the end zone. You cannot leave a 6'3" fast receiver like that one-on-one coverage. Keep shading your safety to the middle of the field. Talley's going to keep burning you down the field. 2 touchdowns for Talley. 2-score lead again for the Volunteers.
You can't let a thoroughbred racehorse run free like that, right? That man is born to run. He is Bruce Springsteen, baby.
That is a D1 receiver waiting to make a play. When you make a mistake like that, and as a coach for Jesuit, you need to understand you cannot move your safety away and leave him one-on-one coverage. That's a D1 receiver making you pay.
Extra point up, and it is good. Another touchdown for the Volunteers offense, back on top back up top by 2 touchdowns, 42-28. We'll take another break. 37 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Volunteer Football on the ZAP Network. We'll be right back after this.
The Revamped Football League features former college players and lifelong Madden players alike who seek friendly and organized online competition. Whether you play Dynasty, Ultimate Team, or simple Play Now, enjoy College Football 25 in new and exciting ways with the RFL. Find their Discord group or learn more at revampedfootballleague.com.
"37 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Volunteers on top 42-28. And just like Ryan Gosling, and remember the Titans, there is just no way that Andres Van is going to stay with Dylan Talley tonight.
It is not going to happen. Dylan Talley, the verbal commit to Bowling Green. He's showing you a little Maction on a Friday night, making you pay.
End over and kick, fielded at the 23-yard line, trying to find some room, coming towards the near sideline, making a few men miss, and finally going down at the 49. It's Merritt Johnson. He's done a nice job in the return game tonight.
Now it's time for the speedy Ranger offense to come back out here again. Let's see if we can try to slow them down in the next 31 seconds and keep them from scoring going into the 4th quarter down by 2 touchdowns and not 1.
They will start with trips on the far side of the field. Parker in the slot. Peters looks to throw far side, near sideline. His pass is incomplete. A lot of contact there, but getting away with it was number 2, Johnny Macon in coverage.
That's a good job because he came out in press coverage and he backed off at the last minute. Good job by Macon. He said 10 yards, you're not getting anything else past that. Instead, right in front of him, kept his head on the swivel, looked for the ball, no flag.
Second down and 10. They motion the running back out of the backfield, trying to fake the screen. Now Peters steps up. He's level. He's accordion folded in half at the midfield. Picks up a half yard, if anything. Third down and a long 9.
Good job by Pagofi. He came out as a left side linebacker. He chased Peters down and said, you're not getting anything. We blitzed all night.
And that will do it for the third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter of action for this Bi-District playoff football matchup. Volunteers on top, 40-28. We'll be back on the Zap Network for the fourth quarter, the Pecan Park Dental fourth quarter after this. We'll be right back.
Thanks to Pecan Park Dental for supporting tonight's game. For busy families looking to improve their smiles, Dr. Stephanie Bangs offers clear aligners, a convenient, discreet way to straighten teeth without brackets and wires. Perfect for students, parents, and anyone who wants a beautiful smile with minimal fuss. Visit Pecan Park Dental in Arlington and make the clear choice for your family's dental health.
Welcome back out to Arlington, Texas. This is the fourth quarter presented by Pecan Park Dental. Pecan Park offers various dental services tailored to meet your individual needs. With the latest technology and friendliest staff in town, let Pecan Park help you achieve and maintain healthy teeth for a lifetime. Shotgun snap on third down and 9. Peters looks to throw, fires deep, has a man. Caught at the 22-yard line, wrestled down at the 18. The connection with Blake Bodner continues to be successful. Quickly hurrying to the line, the Rangers try and snap off another play. First and 10 at the 18.
First deep ball of the night.
Peters takes the snap, throws, has Bodner wrapped up immediately by Macon. Also want to remind everybody, if you're trying to get an appointment with Pecan Park Dental, call that number 817-497-8826, scheduling your way to a brighter smile today. Second down and 6. They give up the middle to Barrett. Not much cooking there. It's like showing up to Taco Cabana at 3 in the morning. Just nothing available.
So we go to Taco Express before they close.
Third down and 5. Play action. Throwing. It is complete to Yeager. And it is enough for a first down. So a first and goal on the way. Sliding grab made by the receiver. Handoff to Barrett up the middle. Still nothing cooking.
Good run defense here. You got to cut down on the short passes, but good run defense in this half.
Second down and goal. Ball at the 6-yard line. 3 receivers on the near side of the field here. Looks like a blitz coming. Going to the end zone for Bodner. What a catch this guy just made, but he will be about a yard and a half short. They had looked like a fade or a slant option. He went slant, and Macon stayed with him, kept him out of the end zone. But this kid Bodner, he is doing an unbelievable job of just high-pointing the football on this drive.
Macon's a little bit shorter than Wagner. He couldn't get over to him. He's got to press him a little bit, press him off that line.
Third down and 2. Quarterback keeper Peters goes for the end zone. He's in for 6. Peters is amped as he makes it a one-score game again. Extra point pending. We're an extra point away from this being a touchdown game.
Peters, he's only been able to get open. He's only been able to get big runs on scrambles. He's not, the offensive line isn't good enough to get him more than just a scramble or a breakdown. Bowie's got to take advantage of that and stay in their lane. Can't give him another short yard run. It's the second short touchdown of the game.
Under 10 minutes left to go in this ball game, and we're an extra point away from a 7-point lead again. High snap, handled well. The kick is up. The kick is good. And here we go again. 42-35. The Rangers continue to strike back. We'll take a break. You are listening to the Pecan Park Dental fourth quarter on the Zap Network. All Bowie football brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, Arlington residents, are you tired of rising insurance rates? Then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save. Call April or Jason at 817-265-3346. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Fourth quarter action in this Bi-District playoff matchup. Bowie on top, 42-35. Under 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. You're on the Zap Network. Tim Costello with Jod Holly, a barn burner at Wilemon Field. Ensuing kickoff is a little bit of a pooch effort, fielded by Talley at the 22-yard line. Trying to make something happen. He forces his way to the 32 before going out of bounds, and then a litany of flags come in. It's going to be a late hit. I'm not sure on who, though. Talley was delivering just as much punishment as he received.
Well, you can hear that the Jesuit fans aren't happy about
it. Some upset Catholics out there.
But the thing is, when your players run onto the bench, I understand you're trying to get the tackle, but once you cross that white line, at that point in time, the flag's most likely going to be on you. And right now, it's on you.
Yeah, going to be a saucy confessional next week, as the father will certainly hand out some serious penance.
Quick score update over on the Facebook page. Zach Arnold and his dad Pops are over watching Arlington High take on Richardson Pierce. Arlington High is trailing 33-14 going into the fourth quarter. That game is over on Facebook Live. Keep an eye on that one. If you want to stay here with us, stay here with us. We got a barn burner, 42-35. I want you to stay here with us because this is a great game. Bowie's getting the ball back. Let's see. After that personal foul on Jesuit, they get the ball just about the 50-yard line.
I would bet that this game's more entertaining than the Jake Paul fight tonight will be. I'm not a fan of beating up on old people.
Somebody might take a dive in that fight.
It's the worst idea ever. First down handoff up the middle of Bowers. He's got room again across the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, and out of bounds. A big-time gain for Darius Bowers.
Somebody, speaking of fighting, Bowers is just throwing uppercut after uppercut after uppercut. Jesuit's coming back, but Bowers said, you know what, I got to be a little bit more. Do a left jab, right hook. He's hitting him with the right hooks here. He's doing everything he can to get deliver the knockout blow to the Rangers.
First and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. They give to Bowers, fake the throw. Bowers shakes, he bakes. He's across the 15, down across the 10, and down to about the 7.
Bowers keeping those legs moving. He's well over 200 yards on the night. He's had over 25 carries. He is carrying this team with his legs, with his back. Everybody else is helping. The receivers are helping. The line, Zion Shelley's out there blocking. Good job, all-around team effort. Let's get in the end zone. We got 7 yards to go to make this 2 scores again.
Second down and 1. He gives us to Bowers. He's got room. He's in for 6. So here we go again. A quick answer for the Volunteers makes this once again a 2-score game.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. I'm going insane watching this. It's great. I'm enjoying it. 2-score lead. Make this extra point. You're up by 14. The problem is that you're scoring too fast. Your defense is not having a chance to adjust as fast as both teams are going. Somebody's defense is going to get worn down.
At some point, someone's got to get winded, right?
Somebody's got to get winded. You're hoping that you keep delivering this knockout blow, and the Rangers will get winded. But they move so fast on offense. They move fast enough that we barely get a sentence out between either one of us before we're on to the next play.
Extra point. Snap is low, handled well by Tally. Kick is up, and it is good. And once again, a 2-touchdown lead, 49-35. The Bowie Volunteers are on top. You're listening to Playoff Football on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Quick strike touchdown for the Bowie Volunteers has them back on top by 14 points. 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 49-35 the score here in Arlington, Texas from Wilemon Field. Welcome back to the Zap Network as this Bi-District playoff matchup, a rematch from 2023. As the Bowie Volunteers came in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, Jot.
Yeah, the Volunteers came in. They were ready. They've had a lot of big games like this throughout the season. Earlier in the season, it didn't work out in their advantage. District, they came out here and took some shots, but they've been winning.
End over end, pooch kick fielded and brought to the 38-yard line by Shane Parker.
Quick stat update, not a score update, stat update. Larry Nichols has now gotten over 3 bills, 300 yards through the air, 116 yards at the moment on 4 catches for Dylan Talley, 2 touchdowns. Zion Shelley, 96 yards, a touchdown. Antonio Birddale, 6 catches, 57 yards, no touchdowns. And Darian Bowers, 30 carries, 257 and 4 touchdowns.
He might need 300 to ice this thing. Here's a first down play action. Trying to set up the screen across the 45 down to the 46-yard line. They get it in the hands of Parker. He makes something good happen. Very close to a hold, if you ask me, though, by the receiver Kraus. Second down play, they get to the line quickly. Shotgun snap, they give to Barrett. Nothing cooking.
Good job not to slam him down. You did that earlier in the game. It cost you 15. Good job. You held him up, even though you got him down in the backfield. Now it's 3rd and 10 again. No penalties.
3rd and 5 after the loss of 2. Get a 2-score game. They're in 2-down territory. You're in 4-down territory. They motion Barrett towards the far sideline. They throw over the middle. Yeager makes the catch just short of the first down. It's going to depend on the spot, but based on where the referee is standing, oh, wow. He shifted forward about a half yard. That gave it to him.
They gave him momentum on that catch. It didn't look like he got past the 50. That's where the referee's standing. That's where the marker's at, but they gave it to him.
Referee shuffled forward after his initial spot. Ball at midfield for a first down and 10. Peters throws deep. Has a man. This is incomplete. A hand battle with Johnny Macon. He nearly intercepted that football. That would have been a game changer.
We've been saying all night, make Peters throw deep. He threw deep once and he got you. But that time, you had a good job. Johnny Macon kept his head on a swivel. Should have picked that ball off and made Peters pay for throwing deep.
For the most part, Peters has done a nice job with ball placement. That one thrown inside, that could have been a big mistake. You got to keep that ball on the sideline. 2nd down and 10. Peters 5-step drop, throws over the middle, pass is caught, but immediately brought down is Shane Parker. He's got to have 15, 16 catches tonight. That one picks up 3 yards, and now a 3rd down and 7. Immediately back to the line is Jesuit. Do you have a catch total for Parker at this point?
Yeah, I'd get that for you one moment.
3rd down and 7. Peters throws sideline, incomplete off of Parker's helmet. Getting a little bit of a piece of it that time was the defensive back, Kevin Baines. Nice play by Baines, disrupted the throwing lane. Finally, we've been seeing some plays made by the defensive backs in this 4th quarter. 4th down and 7. Look to the line as they change the play at the line.
Parker, 10 catches, 91 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Feels like more than 10 catches, though, doesn't it? He was so active in that 1st quarter.
He has 10. Bodner has 8. So the ball's going to spread around a lot. Krause has 9.
All right, well, timeout on the field. 4th and 7 on the way. We'll take it with them. You're listening to the Zap Network for your Bowie football needs. We'll be right back after this.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Fourth down and 7, a big 4th down and 7. A 2-score game with 6:59 left to go in the 4th quarter. Trips on the near side of the field. Bodner isolated on the far side. They bring Yeski in motion. He's now in the slot on the far side. Peters looks to throw, sets his feet, hit as he throws. This one is caught by Bodner. It's one of those simultaneous catches. Unbelievable. They are still both laying on the ground trying to hold on and claim the football. Peters took a shot. Bodner, strong hands, able to come down with that.
Peters took a shot. Wagner came up with it. It was a good job all the way around. Good defense. They tried.
Fresh set of downs. Peters, shotgun snap, throws, has a man. It's Yeager. Wrapped up immediately, good for 6 inches.
Have you noticed the adjustment? They're playing tighter on the zone, closer to the line. They're getting more pressure. They're blitzing every play.
Looking to go quickly. Peters takes another snap. Has a screen set up for Barrett, but not much working there. Give him another 1.5 yards on the catch. That makes it 3rd down and 8.
They're getting back there. The screen he got back there. Every other play before then, Bowie's bringing the pressure. They're playing more man, and they're playing tighter zone. They've given up 2 deep balls, but other than that, everything's staying short in front of them. They've tightened up going into this 4th quarter.
Again, Bodner one-on-one on the outside. Not a lot of safety help. Trips on the near side. Peters staring down his man. He has Yeager. No, sorry, that's Yeski for the 1st down. Peter has... If they just follow the eyes of Peters.
Give me a break!
Oh, they say he was just short of the 1st down, so a 4th down play is coming. Peters keeps it himself, lunges forward.
Sounds like a Jesuit fan is not very happy if you hear the background. Give me a break, but hey, you got to go into the play snap. You have an injured volunteer on the ground. That's Williams the 4th. He's been very impactful.
You got to be better, bud.
Well, while that guy works on being better, we're going to step aside real quick. We will be right back. Bowie Volunteer Football presented by John Wade Roofing, Zach Arnold Productions.
Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, Zap can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 817-319-2402 to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your
And we are back here for that first down. Parker was able to get a handoff over, pick up. Actually, on that third down, make it a first down. Parker's able to pick up the gain there, and now the sticks are moving. First and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. The snap fires over to the right. One-on-one coverage. He's looking. That ball is overthrown. Wagner had space.
They were going for the fade in the back of the end zone. And part of me had to have a quick conversation with some of the fans out there. So sometimes they don't realize they're next to a hot mic.
Yeah, somebody's just a little unruly as he's yelling at the referee out there. But hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Second and 10.
5:13 left to go in the game. Again, 49-35 our score here at Wilemon Field in Arlington, Texas. Jesuit quarterback keeper for Peters. He's trying to fight through a couple different tacklers. He's wrestled down. The second down carry picks up 4 yards, brings up 3rd and 6.
Look out for another one-on-one matchup here. They're going to move Wagner. They keep Wagner up there at the top. He might try to go to him again with Johnny Macon on him. Hopefully Macon keeps his eyes on the backfield and don't let Wagner get over his head.
Peters lost the hand warmer. Referee tosses it back near the 28-yard line. Peters shotgun snap. Goes to the corner, fade again. This one high, and there comes the flag. That was the easiest call of the night.
Yeah, that's what we just called, that one-on-one. He's got Macon on him. Macon's a little bit smaller, and he doesn't have the stature to keep up with him. Just throw the lob on him. You got to keep your head on a swivel. You can't pull him, but when you're beat like that, I understand the situation.
So that'll set up a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. It'll be half the distance. Actually, no, ball's at the 11 now, so mark it at the 5.5, 6-yard line. 1st and goal to go. Well, they give it all the way to the 3-yard line.
Receivers are already lined up. Watch out for another one-on-one, or watch out for Peters taking this himself again.
Peters has had some success running the football in the second half. Looks like a blitz is coming. And it is, but Peters able to avoid it, and in for 6. Another offensive answer, so 4:32 left to go in this game. An extra point away from it once again being a touchdown game.
He ran that ball right at Pregame, who was blitzing. Pregame ran into the running back. You know that is coming. They've done it twice already. You have to go towards the quarterback. I understand you have a lead blocker out there, but somebody's got to be on the other side. He's not running to the left of the line. He's running everything to the right behind the running back. Slide over, shift over, and cover that gap.
Extra point on the way. Good snap, good kick. It's up. And here we go again, a 49-42 game. What did I say my prediction at halftime was? I could see this being 49-42. Well, here we are. That's our score with 4:32 left to go. And I think I might have misjudged by maybe 21 total points because there's still a lot of time left in this game, John. And I could easily see 3 more touchdowns being scored in the next 4.5 minutes.
Unless the defense eventually, somebody's defense is going to have to make a stand here. If you're Bowie, next time they get the ball, you have to make a stand. Unless you score here, you can continue to go by 14 and make them chase you. But they're taking up too much time because they can't throw the ball deep.
Yeah. At some point, you've got to sustain a drive. If you can pick up 5 or 6 first downs on a drive, you could essentially kill this thing right here. When you go, and again, no one's hating on a 3-play touchdown drive. We all love it. It's great. However, you keep giving them the ball back with a lot of time to work with. If you score a touchdown and you go up 14 and you took 5 or 6 minutes off the clock, that's a horse of a different color at that point, right?
Right, and at that point in time, you have to, like you said, sustain a drive, and you're scoring. We're not criticizing the scoring.
Yeah, we love the scoring.
There's 4.5 minutes left to go. If you go down the field and score again, if you do it too quick, you give them the ball in the same situation. You're still making them play catch-up. But you can try to score with 2 minutes left in this game and basically send these guys back to North Dallas.
Biggest 4.5 minutes offensively for you all year if you're a member of this Volunteers football team. Onside kick. Tally falls on it. Interesting decision to go to the onside kick with 4.5 minutes left to go. May be a signal of how they feel about the defense right now.
That might have been a panic move. They went. There was 4.5 minutes left with 2 timeouts. Now you're giving the Bowie the ball. Like you said, if they score, you're still up 2 scores. But if you can milk the clock, you're basically going to take this game away from the Rangers from catching up. With 2 timeouts, it's a little bit harder for them to play catch up either way unless you make a mistake. But you have to go out there and just continue to play the way you're playing.
Dylan Talley on the near side of the field, 2 receivers on the far side. Bowers in the backfield. Had an unbelievable evening. They fake the hand up to Bowers, throw to Bird Owl. Did the ball come out late?
He was already down. He was already down.
You're right. They're saying he was down.
He was already down. I understand everybody in front of us is very sad.
Speaking of down, though, one of the Jesuit players is down.
Well, that player gets attended to, we'll step aside for a quick 15. It's going to be, I believe, second down. Maybe 2nd and 10 for the Volunteers, and we come right back on the other side of this break. Bowie Volunteer Football presented by John Wade Roofing. Be right back.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Injured player was Andres Van. He appears to be okay. He's making his way to the sideline. The result of the play was a first down. Ball is across midfield at the 42-yard line. Milking a little bit of clock. Play clock hasn't started. Now it has started. Clock is ticking under 4 minutes left to go in the game. Bowie doing a smart thing here, just letting this thing run as much as it can. Play clock under 10, that's when you start thinking about snapping the football. First down and 10, they, again, play action, throw to Bird Owl. He's across the 35, stays in bounds at the 30, and dives forward to the 28-yard line.
Bird Owl borrowed the left arm of Zeus right there, stiff arm the corner from Jesuit. Good job keeping that ball, keeping your legs moving, fighting for the yards, first down.
So far on this drive, Bird Owl is the word. All the attention focused in the backfield, those little RPO option routes.
3 minutes.
Don't have to snap it until 3 minutes and 5 seconds. They give it this time to Bowers. He has a crease across the 20, 15, 10. Makes a spin move at the 5. He stood up at the 4, and they will mark him down at the 3. Clock inside of 3 minutes.
If you're going to give him the space to run, Bowers is going to take it all night. He might end up short of 300 yards for the night because he had 257 coming into this drive. But that's been a very impactful young man out there tonight, Darian Bowers.
As a guy who grew up a Houston Texans fan, Bowers reminds me a lot of Arian Foster. The way that he can stretch it side to side, and then when that sliver finally opens, bam, one cut and go. And he just has an unbelievable ability to read his line, to hug the hip of an offensive lineman. Here's Bowers up the middle. He's literally picked up by the Jesuit defense to keep him from getting in. They picked him up at the half-yard line and pushed him back.
They understand. Bowers has 4 touchdowns already on the ground. He's looking for number 5, and he's half a yard away from getting it. They're bringing back in Zion Shelley, lead blocker.
To be that heavy formation for the Volunteers. Again, they're letting this clock run down. We're inside 2 minutes. Play clock inside of 10 seconds. That's when you look at snapping this thing. 5 seconds left on the play clock. They give it to Bowers. He is initially hit behind the line of scrimmage, lunges forward, gets back to the line.
And that's fine because like you said, it milks the clock. You're at 1:37. Jesuit only had 2 timeouts. Now they're about to call 1.
We're going to stay here with 1:37 left to go. So you're right. That's not the worst thing in the world, especially if you either A, punch it on this play, or B, another run play, you force them to take a timeout, and you can knock in a field goal. Still a 2-score game, no timeouts left with 1.5 minutes or so left to go. The field goal to me seems more risky. With the way you've run the football here tonight, I trust the run game over the kicking game, but they've made 7 of 7 extra points, and essentially this is a extra point where we're at right now.
And I know it's not wise thinking. You could go for it on 4th and 1. If you're at the 1 yard line, you probably could try to sneak it with Nichols. Maybe not the smart route to go.
I mean, if anything, what do you think about putting Shelley in the backfield by himself, just a direct snap to Zion Shelley? He's just the biggest man on the field out here.
That is true. It could come down to he might try to lob a fade up to Dylan Talley. When you're expecting a run like this, Talley is one-on-one by himself at the top. And they have a strong formation, so it's either a run or a fade.
There's no way you throw the football here. Risk an incompletion and stop the clock. This has to stay on the run.
That's a good formation.
And they do throw the football, going to the back of the end zone. That is incomplete, but there's the flag.
And that's the game. When you call a flag like that, automatic first downs will be at the 1 yard line.
Do you kneel on it? You have to, right? Don't give the team. You kneel on it, get that final timeout called. Then you can kneel on it 3 more times, or 2 more times and kick a field goal.
Yeah. Or if you even need the field goal by time.
But why risk giving the ball back?
That's true. That's a good point. That's all a good point. That was a good call there. That you had a power look. Everybody was in the middle. You had one-on-one. Tally's at a smaller corner under him.
There you go. The pass interference call will set up a 1st and goal at the 1, a fresh set of downs, and realistically, that win probability chart that they show in college football just took a really big spike.
That's a very good job. Automatic first down. 1.5 minutes left to go. Quick score update over in Irving on Facebook. Arlington High trails 36-14 in the 4th quarter to J.J. Pierce. That's over on Facebook. Zach and his dad Pops over there covering that game. Here we got a barn burner, 49-42.
Timeout on the field. Looks like Bowie took that one. Had a little trouble getting a play call in after the pass interference. And looks like Zach Arnold is Zach Arnold Productions is staying with both Bowie and Arlington through their entire playoff run. So if this is it for Arlington, you'll get the A team here if Bowie's able to advance.
Yeah, the way it's looking, if Bowie's able to hold on for next week's game versus Hebron, depending on where that game is located, you'll most likely end up with Zach and his dad Pops, unless they send us on assignment. We're waiting to see.
Hey, Hebron's about 10 minutes from my crib. So.
There we go. It
could be my first convenient assignment of the year, John.
Tim might get the leisurely drive 10 minutes away.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? I'd be wondering where you're at. I'd be the one doing the setup, wondering where you're at.
I will be sitting in traffic somewhere if that happens.
Nice. And how the turntables turn.
And we're going to take a quick look over the rest of the District 8-6-8 teams in the playoffs. Looks like at the moment, Bowie will be the only one moving on if they can hold on to this lead for the last 1 minute and 36 seconds. South Grand Prairie has lost to Lake Highlands 27-0. That game has gone final. Haltom has also lost to Richardson 28-19. That game has gone final.
Trying to hold on the hopes of the district. Heavy formation again. They give to Bowers. He's working towards the end zone. He's in for a touchdown, his 5th of the night. That'll make it 55-42. Extra point on the way. So there you go. They decide to just punch it in as opposed to possibly just kneeling on it. We'll see strategically if that's the right decision. I personally am a fan of playing keep away. Too many crazy things in the world.
You did give your running back, though, Bowers, his 5th touchdown of the night, which 5 touchdowns in a playoff game is something that you will remember for the rest of your life.
You've got to assume Bowers is getting that number 6 retired here at Bowie High School, right?
You would like
number 1 all-time in touchdowns at Bowie. Number 1 all-time in yardage at Bowie. What's probably your last home game on this field. Here's the 2-point attempt, actually.
Whoa, it looks like he ran a fake or Tally got
Tally
up.
Throws to the end zone for 2. It's caught.
There's a flag. Probably a legal man in the end
It's
zone.
got to be a legal forward. Illegal man downfield, right?
There's an injured Raider. From our look, it looked like Tally had picked it up to run it. I don't know if he felt that it was going to get blocked, but he rolled around. He was getting pressure in the back. He threw it up in the end zone. Tally almost made the 2.
You know, we weren't quite paying attention. I wonder if it was a bad snap. Because Tally is the holder. So if there was a bad snap and he had to scramble to get it, it makes sense while he was running back around. We were so busy talking about next week, we glanced away for a moment. There looks to be some serious pain on the field. Let's hop off for a moment while they attend to the injured Ranger. And it's I think that 2-point conversion was good. So 57-42 our score.
Plus the flag.
Actually, we'll stay here. We'll stay here as the player able to make the way off onto his own power. It's Jack McGoldrick, the senior defensive back. Clearly hurting, but again, able to walk off on his own power.
It looks like at the moment Bowie will be the only team, just not from the district, but from the city of Arlington, left in the playoffs as the game has gone final. In 5A, Arlington Seguin has lost to Prosper Walnut Grove 42-35.
It's a real shame. So the extra point will be redone, and that was a bad snap. So it was a penalty that will go against Bowie. And again, that's why I was saying you don't want to kick the field goal. Here's the extra point is up, and it's good. And now the kicker's down. Another flag on the field. Trouble wrapping this one up.
Yeah, just last 1 minute and 30 seconds, just adding up.
Well, who are they calling the penalty on this time?
If it's on the Rangers, you might as well take the point.
They did. They declined it. Extra point up and good. 56-42. Your Bowie Volunteers have a 2-touchdown lead. 1:33 left to go. Still a timeout left for Jesuit.
And after this, with the 1 minute and 33 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter, fans stay tuned. We'll bring you the post-game report presented to you by John Wade Roofing. The 5th quarter, as we like to call it around here, we'll give you we already gave you some of the scores, but we'll give you the final scores. Quick stats on the update. Let you know Bowie's going to play Hebron next week. We don't know where that's going to be at or who's going to be with it, but somebody will be there covering that game here for Zach Arnold Productions. That will be coming up in the 5th quarter. That's 1 minute and 33 seconds left away. As your district champions, Bowie Volunteers are looking to become Bi-District champions and move into the area round of the playoffs.
And I'll save a lot of my thoughts for the post-game show. But, John, I've called more Bowie this year than any other team on the Zap Network. This is the best they've looked at any point this season. You want to be a team playing your best football at this time of year? I don't know about you, but I would say that is exactly what happened tonight. You've got a team that played their best football game, at least offensively, of the year when it mattered the most.
I think this is a team that they had to come in prepared for a lot more, not discounting any of the other teams they played, because we've been here a few games. I watched them here at Arlington. We had them earlier in the year for Flower Mound. Like you said, this is the best they've looked collectively as a team. Over 300 yards passing, almost 300 yards rushing as a team. And from Darian Bowers alone has 5 touchdowns. So it's a very good team effort on offense.
Another strong kickoff return from Merritt. Gets it out near midfield. Some would say it might merit him a little bit more playing time.
Well, we are a minute and a half away, so maybe he'll be lucky to get the minute and a half.
Maybe that's his time to shine. 14-point game, a 56-42 lead for the Volunteers here at Wilemon Field. most likely the last game at Wilemon for a lot of these seniors, as the area around you start playing, central fields or neutral locations. So these seniors, like Bowers, really got to put on a show for the home crowd for the final time.
And for a lot of fans that don't know, City of Arlington is going to redo Wilemon Field and Cravens Field over at Lamar High School. So this is the last game at Wilemon for, I believe, 2 seasons.
Swing pass into the flat. Barrett has it, but he is flipped out of bounds rather quickly. Picks up a yard on the first down play. Clock will stop at 1:20. But you're right, last game in the current setup of Wilemon Field. I think that scoreboard literally died tonight.
Yeah, screens out.
They timed it out perfectly. Here's a drop snap. Peters able to pick it up, but goes down. Ball still loose. I think the center, number 71, fell on it. Liam Murray.
And we had said earlier tonight when they had 2 or 3 drop snaps and bad handoffs that was going to come back eventually to get them. That one did. Late in the game with only a minute left to go, but that finally affected that Ranger offense.
Final timeout is taken by the Rangers. 1:06 left to go, and 3rd and a mile coming. Ball goes all the way back to the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 22 is how they have it on the scoreboard. Got to get all the way to the 45-yard line.
I'm still here. I'm just collecting stats for the for the game, just to have them ready for the 5th quarter.
Bowie Volunteers defend home field. This is why you want to win district, why you work so hard all year. A chance to play in front of your home crowd. And is there really a better feeling than, the visiting team brought more fans in here tonight, but you silenced the crowd. You're sending them home unhappy. That's a good feeling as a football player.
Yeah, you've done everything you can. This crowd has been loud, has been raucous, but you've always, for the most part, had a 2-score lead throughout the game. And every time they score, make it a 1-score lead, but you continue to win down the field and score to make it a 2-score lead again.
3rd and 22. The quarterback draw is sniffed out immediately. It was Brian Kern, the senior defensive end, brings Peters down. And now the season down to a 4th and 23 for Dallas Jesuit. Hold your rosaries tight, folks. Peters steps, he fires over the middle. This one is incomplete, and that will do it. Taking possession will be the Volunteers, just 1 kneel, and that will run out the clock on the Rangers. Unbelievable offensive performance tonight. I don't even know how we're going to pick a player of the game. I mean, it's just so many options. No, I'm just kidding. I think this is the most obvious player of the game in the history of players and the history of all games. Stay tuned for that mystery reveal.
Stay tuned for the halftime show. Halftime show, I'm sorry. Stay tuned for the postgame show, and you will get that reveal of who we think is the player of the game. It could be a lot of people because this is a very great team effort.
Could be. It won't be. It's one specific guy as the victory formation is on the field. They kneel on it, and that is going to do it. A huge win in the rematch from last year's playoff matchup. The Bi-District round goes to the Bowie Volunteers. Final score from Wilemon Field, 56-14. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap this bad boy up. It's time for that John Wade 5th quarter postgame show here in Arlington, Texas, live from Wilemon Field. We'll be right back on the Zap Network after this.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back on the Zap Network. We are live at Wilemon Field for the 5th quarter post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was a team MVP back in 1976. He also went on to play for TCU and UTA, earning all conference and on conference champion honors. After a stint with the Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in this wonderful Arlington community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs, gutter needs, painting needs, solar needs, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Jot, thoughts on the game here tonight?
It was a very impressive game by the Bowie's offense. The defense capitalized on some mistakes in the fourth quarter. They came out, they tightened up the defense. It was a score-for-score game pretty much most of the game. Some mistakes, some penalties kind of hurt Bowie early in the game. But every time Jesuit scored, the Volunteers went back down there, did the exact same thing. After a certain point, they got up 7 going into halftime. They came out, they scored to make it 14, and they never looked back. They never let the Rangers get within that 7.
It was an unbelievable effort offensively tonight for the Bowie Volunteers. On the other side of the ball, that Rangers offense was explosive at times. They were quick. They kept you on your heels. You had to score every possession, essentially, right? I had the feeling that at any point in the second half, if Bowie did not take advantage of one of their possessions, it was going to be a tie game the way that the Rangers were moving the football. So Coach Joseph Sam for the Volunteers had an unbelievable offensive game plan. They did just enough defensively tonight to sneak out a win. And I think if you're naming a player of the game, the guy who had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 touchdowns tonight, Darius Bowers, that's your guy.
Darian Bowers, 286 yards on the ground,
Woo-hoo!
34 carries, 5 touchdowns. Count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 touchdowns. That is important. That means that it was a team effort. His offensive line and Zion Shelley, his tight end, they made sure that he had holes to run through. When Brody Ferguson came out as the second tight end, they made sure he had holes to run through. Bowers is a very explosive running back. He's a D1 caliber running back. I know he's only listed at 5'8" on Rivals, but he needs somebody to look at him because he is going to be a star if you give him a chance.
Hey, if he hasn't made a decision yet, we'd love to have him at the University of Houston. That guy would be spectacular for my University of Houston Cougars. And I know it's tough to go anywhere else but Bowers, right, with the player of the game. But a guy that I think deserves an honorable mention tonight is the quarterback, Nichols, right? Is the quarterback, Larry Nichols. At the end of the day, played turnover-free football, put up 300 yards passing, made some big throws when he needed them, hit open receivers, and had some big runs of his own. So big games from Nichols tonight. Again, he was overshadowed a little bit by his backfield mate there, but I guarantee you he's perfectly fine with sharing the spotlight with Bowers a little bit.
Larry Nichols at halftime, he was 12 for 18. In the second half, he was 6 for 6, ended up with 18 to 24. He had a 75% completion rate. He had 323 yards total. At halftime, he had 105. He ends up with 323. That means he had 223 yards. I know that 2 of them were big pass plays, one to Zion Shelley and one to Dylan Talley. Good job by Larry Nichols. He didn't turn the ball over. He played smart football. Darian Bowers took the brunt of the load. He did a lot of the work, but Larry Nichols made sure that the offense ran smoothly. Dylan Talley had over 100 yards receiving on 4 catches. He had 2 touchdowns. Good job all around team. Birddale had 86 yards on 8 catches. All around, great job by the Volunteers. They ended up at 626 total yards of offense. Had almost as many yards passing as they did rushing. 323 passing, 303 rushing. 9 penalties though. Every time I've seen a Bowie game this year, they've had almost double-digit penalties. You have to cut those back down. Even games that they've won, like the Arlington game, they had almost double-digit penalties. You have to cut the penalties down if you want to make it farther in the playoffs as you go. But they are the Bi-District champions. I see Coach Sam with the Bi-District trophy in his hand.
A huge win, an exciting win, a big moment for this program as they continue to build upon the success that they have this year. Next week, they're going to be taking on Hebron. We'll figure out who's on the call. Zap Network will be there. We'll figure out where the game is. Don't worry, Zach will have all that information for you. Again, we've mentioned throughout the night, if you are a fan of high school football in the Arlington area, this is what you got right now, right? Everybody else is out of it. Haltom out, South Grand Prairie out, Arlington out, Arlington Seguin out. All took L's tonight. So if you want to watch some high school football and you live anywhere near here, this is your team. We'll be back next week. Be sure to tune in on the Zap Network.
You make sure you root for your city. I understand you root for your school first. I went to Arlington Highs. I root for my school, but I'm rooting for my city now. At this point in time, you want to see Bowie go down the line. Hopefully that we're here with them. If not, this has been a great run for us to go, and Zach and Pops will carry the rest of the way and see these Bowie Volunteers go as far as they can go. It's been a great job. Zach Arnold Productions appreciates everybody that is tuned in our first full season of doing the Bowie High School home games, as well as Sam Houston games and Arlington games. Big shout out to all 3 of those schools. I know Arlington didn't make it past the next round tonight after they lost to J.J. Pierce, but good job to the Arlington Colts for what they put together. But this undefeated Bowie Volunteers team throughout their district play, they continue the hot streak they're going on. Big win, 56-42. Next week they get Hebron.
As the scoreboard turns out for what should be the final time here at Wilemon Field. John, this is probably our one of our final games working together this season. If it was our final game, it's been a pleasure. Really enjoyed working together with you on all the games that we've done. But for all of us here at Zach Arnold Productions, we thank you for supporting local football and local businesses by tuning into tonight's broadcast. Until next week, good night from Arlington, Texas.